This episode of the Esoteric Order of Roleplayers is brought to you in part by the generosity of our backers on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/esotericrp to find out how you can become a backer too. The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers present A Chill Semester, a World of Darkness chronicle featuring David Schimpf as the storyteller.
If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding! How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? If you don't eat your meat, yes! Can't you behind the great shed? Can you have any pudding? Stand still, laddie!
Quack.
Quack, quack.
All right, so we have some patrons to thank, some new patrons.
What about do we thank the patrons, just all of them in general? I mean, I'm
Of
happy.
course, thank all of our patrons in general.
I appreciate all of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we have some new ones.
We do.
So we have some
five.
shout-outs.
We have
Shout-outs
five
for five.
new
Oh my god.
patrons.
Okay.
Welcome to our 5 new patrons.
Yes.
Yes, so at Acolyte level, we've got Robin Alexander.
Yay, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
That is an excellent name.
Yes,
it is.
Robin with a Y, even, which is
Whoa.
an excellent spelling of Robin.
Yes.
Then we've got at Keeper of the Keys level, Kirk Henley.
Kirk.
Thank you,
He's
Kirk.
Bringing it.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Ooh, yeah.
And then we've got 2 new Ascended members.
Ascended Masters?
Ascended Masters, rather.
Oh, wow.
Ascended Master members.
Say that 5 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we've got Yari Ravanti
Yay.
Thanks,
Yari.
and James Nevitt,
James. Thank you.
whom I have worked with in the past.
Ooh.
So thank you,
So
James.
cool.
Thank you to our new members.
And our existing members.
And our existing members.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
PBS thanks our members.
No.
So.
EOR.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Possible funding from listeners like you.
And the Chubb group.
Oh, God.
Advanced studies.
How old is your character? Is it?
Well, I said 25, but I can change that
Yeah, I'm
now,
good.
so she
I'm
could have
good.
gone to college early.
Okay,
At 16.
Yeah.
At 25, she could have her master's.
Oh, actually, works.
I mean, if she went to school younger, she'd absolutely have a PhD, especially if she's possible orphan.
I'm going to say her mom lived, but they were estranged a little bit because of it.
Okay.
But I'm going to say, yeah, she went to school early and got a PhD.
Sounds good. So, Smarty Pants, what's your int?
I mean, it's 2.
So, you've been resting on your laurels for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because she started being a journalist, so her wits went up and her intelligence went down.
Ah, there you go.
It all
See, she's got an
fits
answer for
together.
everything, too.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if there should be like a polo team or if I should just be like the water polo team is called the Knights.
Right.
Well, because that's the only way she could have given like lectures at different places and
Yep.
written treaties. And do you want me to make her a little older than 25? I can.
Yeah, you don't have to. That's fine. Ah, indeed. Oh, Des, looking at your character, are there any egregious errors?
I didn't see any.
Spots?
Thank you.
But I'll double check.
Sure. And if anything comes up in play that you know,
Yeah.
flash back to or recall, just
Okay.
feel free to erase and write back in.
Alright.
I think I wrote pretty lightly in pencil.
Okay, that's fine. And I mean, I think the fact that so like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. So yeah, that makes me happy.
I'm noticing that clearly I made this character when I was a total World of Darkness noob because I only gave her 4 willpower.
Mm.
Oh dear.
What the hell is that?
Well, you know, you played Vampire before, but I think your introduction to New World was when we just played the intro for the free PDF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So sweet. So, yeah, 4 willpower compared to your how much?
6.
So
Not
It's
too
not that
bad.
much more.
Not too bad.
And I have 7 hit points.
You're,
How many hit
5.
points do you have?
70 hit points? What?
7.
7. How many
70
do you
hit
have?
points. She's a level 50 barbarian.
Barbarian mage.
I have 8.
I have 7.
Oh yeah, one thing that you should write down,
Take a
Sweetie.
meeting.
If you flip over to your hit points, so underneath your last 3 hit points on the right, so the very far right hit point, right -3 underneath, second to last, -2, -1. It's essentially when you start taking damage out there, you suffer a penalty to your dice pool.
I
Yeah.
see. Well, that's horseshit.
Quick explanation of damage in World of Darkness. Bashing damage, which is just which heals after a certain number of minutes. There is lethal damage, which heals after a certain number of days, and then there is aggravated damage, which is really bad and which will kill you.
So somehow aggravated is worse than lethal?
You can take a lethal shot somewhere, but if you take aggravated, that's like deadly poison.
Did a lawyer write this damage?
It comes out of its origins with Vampire the Masquerade, where it's basically saying bashing and lethal are for mortals, and then aggravated damage is for vampires. It's like aggravated beyond lethal.
I see.
Because normally vampires, it's like, oh, you shot me.
Right. So what would be a lethal hit to someone else is not really to... I got it.
Exactly. So
Yeah, it's a weird.
No, that makes
that's funny though. I never considered that perspective because I always just thought about it in vampire terms.
So I just consider aggravated to be inflicted by supernatural sources or inflicted by it's basically your countdown until you're dead.
But not necessarily unhealable, right?
Not necessarily unhealable, no. It will possibly leave a scar, but that's different. So in any case, the reason why I'm explaining that there are 3 types of damage is because there are 3 ways to mark damage. Bashing damage is marked with a backward slash, so like backward slash in that little box. Lethal damage is an X, so essentially whenever you take damage, if you have bashing damage in your far left, what you do is you write another slash to the right of that, and then you turn your bashing damage into an X.
Okay.
And then lethal damage, and then aggravated damage is an asterisk.
Okay.
So essentially, as you take more damage, your existing wounds move further and further to the right, and the way that you do that is just by marking the existing wounds into more and more.
Got it. So the far left one is the one that up. Get it?
And I'm explaining this to you because it's very unlikely that you'll take aggravated.
I was gonna say, are you anticipating us getting a
And I'm like,
beating
why is he
thrown our
telling
way?
us this?
In the first 5 minutes, you've encountered 50 undead. What do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was actually going to say it's a good thing that Jade and Renee are here because the first 5 minutes this is TPK. No.
Right.
Are we recording?
Yes, we're
So
on.
glad I spent so much time creating my character.
Right. Yeah,
Our
sorry.
twin
This is.
sister shows up with all the same attributes.
The great thing about World of Darkness is if you die, you just turn into like a vampire or a ghost
Or a genie.
or a
Or the
genie.
genie?
Yeah.
vampire.
Exactly.
Does that mean I
deciding.
can stick around and fuck with the party?
As a wraith?
As the
No.
antagonist?
If anyone ever becomes an antagonist, then I take over their role because we've experimented with that before and it hasn't worked out
But
so
not
well.
with
Why are you looking at me?
I might be a really good antagonist.
Why are you looking at me?
I did my best.
No, you did a great job, and I don't want anyone to hate you.
It was
like
too
you
effective.
did.
That was the problem.
It was too good.
I'll only be moderately good.
I'm still dealing with the ramifications of that, actually.
No.
Sad.
Yeah.
As I just demonstrated, you're still dealing with the ramifications.
It's true.
You did it so well. I
I know.
can't let anyone else do it
No,
again.
no, I won't let that happen. Other GMs let that happen, but all right.
Other more experienced GMs let that happen. In any case, you guys, it's been a little while since we've played these characters. Just a quick reminder, you're playing in the fictional city of San Kaissa, which is a little bit south of Monterey and a little bit north of San Luis Obispo, wherever that sort of fits in there.
That's where Night City is in the cyberpunk world.
Exactly.
Really?
I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll become that eventually. You're all...
It could actually.
How
That's
close
funny.
is it to Santa Carla? Because that's where the vampires
Right.
are.
Also close to San. Yeah, all the damn vampires. Yeah.
Just say 1 or 2 towns over.
Oh shit.
Innsmouth to Arkham is Santa
Yeah.
Carla, it's the San Kaissa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you're all staff members of the San Kaissa Oracle.
Yes.
2 existing from 4 years ago now, I think, and then 1 new arrival. So why don't we just circle around the table and introduce/reintroduce ourselves?
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Did she, since she's done so many occult studies after the death of her father, have some, I don't know what kind of equipment you want to call it, but basically just amalgamation of occult shit, which might include a couple of stakes or some holy symbols or like shit she would have picked up as she's doing all these occult studies?
I wouldn't say that she'd have any practical stuff, but maybe some stuff that she's found like anthropologically. So like maybe like something ceremonial that she picked up at some point in the past that might have been a vampire stake, but might just be like a fragment of something larger.
One of those fake Victorian vampire hunting kits.
Exactly.
Or like shit that's real, she just
Yeah.
Yeah.
The authentic, Van Helsing fanboy kit.
yes.
This sock monkey from eBay that just looks really evil.
Is that so who wants to start with the introductions?
I'll go.
Oh.
So, I actually had a question before I get into it.
Absolutely.
So Barb was a researcher 4 years ago. Is she still a researcher?
Was she working up to something else? Was she?
I'm not sure. What do you
What do you graduate from?
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually a good question. I have no idea. Researcher goes to.
I would say that would go into producing.
Yeah, probably production. So you've actually
Change it
taken
to
over.
Crusading producer.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've actually taken over production from that last guy who was like giving you guys orders over on Charlotte Island. The really douchey guy.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, so you've got his job.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah.
After I killed him. Alright, yeah, so I'm playing Barbara Oldroyd, Crusading producer.
All right.
She's known for her temper, but it's a cover for her commitment to important causes, such as uncovering the existence of ghosts and other things of that nature.
Why do you have a stake in that?
Because I had a whole thing happen to me at the San Kaissa Oracle building 4+ years ago. Shortly after college.
Let's see. It was 2003, so 14 years ago now.
Damn, that's right. There was a time jump.
Oh, now we're in current times.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, he kindly updated our ages.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Barb's 30-something now. It's her power decade. So
just remember, she was 14, or no, she was 16 when she was making out with.
so nasty.
Wait,
was his name?
what was the
Tom?
age difference?
Tom something.
Thomas Booth.
Thomas Booth.
Yeah. She had a brief relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make her 30 now?
Yes, she's 30. So yeah, I don't know. She's athletic. She's a skilled researcher, and very good at persuading people of things, which makes her a good producer, for sure. So, and yeah, definitely has an interest in the occult due to reasons.
Due to reason.
Something happened to you.
Yes, exactly.
So am I hearing that wrath and truth are your...
Wrath is my vice, justice is my virtue.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, I'm Desiree, and my character is Basil Carruthers. He's 33 years old. He is he's the podcaster extraordinaire for the Oracle. So the Oracle wanted to branch out in its digital format, and so Basil was there from the beginning to steer those activities, and so we have a presence on. I guess the best way to talk about the digital formats using the Degrassi High School framework. So for Chitter and for Hastygram.
Yeah.
So I am there and Friend Face. And so I commandeer all of the and Snapshoot. And I commandeer all of those things, keeping...
Yes, you're the social media guru.
I am, for the Oracle. And I do have my weekly podcast, and they give me a lot of license, thanks to Barb, my connection with Barb.
Yeah, I'm probably your podcast
We
producer.
kind of have an on-again, off-again thing.
I thought Basil was into the gents.
Maybe a little bit, but
You
no.
meant Barb.
No, I think it was Barb.
Maybe Barb is a little swarthy looking.
Yeah.
I thought I could make it work because you look so much like a man.
All right. So yeah, so I'm so my intelligence is 2, wits are 3, resolve 2, presence 2, manipulate. So I'm kind of basic. So I'm also very keyed into conspiracies and finding out more about the real story of what's happening in San Kaissa and beyond. And I'm also, let's see, I have striking looks, a danger sense. I do have contacts, and people know who I am. So,
I have striking looks too.
yeah, well. So, yeah, so my virtue is prudence, which I forget what is prudence? Why? And then
Not what is, but why.
why I have it? Why did I
Why
choose
prudence?
it? And
Okay.
then my vice is lust. So
That's a nice dichotomy.
yeah. So I forget.
Prudent
Can you remind me what
lustfulness.
prudence
What the book says about
yeah.
prudence? Indeed, let's.
Because I think there's probably
Let's
method
go
my
to the
madness.
manuscript.
Indeed, let's.
I need to have you in bed,
scroll
but let's
through
be
and see if I
prudent.
can.
Yeah, let's
That's
please.
right.
Yeah.
He's always very
Spots.
safe.
I think lust could be channeled though into other
Not just condoms, dental dams. It's the whole thing.
the whole shebang,
Oh, my.
everything,
All right.
every
let's-
prophylactic you could possibly
index
need.
That's right.
Correct lubrication for every
Yes,
scenario.
absolutely. Different consistencies.
I also hablo Espanol, so.
That's true, you do. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. So I just have to know what prudence is, and then I can
Okay,
let it
prudence.
go.
The virtue of prudence places wisdom and restraint above rash action and thoughtless behavior. One maintains integrity and principles by moderating actions and avoiding unnecessary risks. While that means a prudent person might never take big gambles that bring huge rewards, neither is his life ruined by a bad roll of the dice. By choosing wisely and avoiding the easy road, he prospers slowly but surely.
Yeah. Hence why I'm still a podcaster after 14 years.
Yeah,
So you
So,
have a
unlike
lust
Barb,
for
who is
being
now like
wise.
Yes, exactly. No, I have my little vices, but I'm very steady. I'm consistent, if anything.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
yeah, and I think I wanted to pick that because I usually don't play characters like that. So. Okay, and then the one other thing, I thought there was one other thing I wanted to mention about them. Oh, yeah. My character profile, so if you want to know what he looks like, just think Nicolas Cage in Raising Arizona.
Yep,
So that's him. Nice.
that's the striking.
Yep,
looks.
striking looks.
That's striking, all right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's what he still look
Striking
good.
nature.
So then probably the Oracle did offer you the job of like social media coordinator at some point.
Yeah.
And you just turned it down.
Well, I did because I think being a podcaster, I can reach more people.
Hmm.
And plus, I got Barb in my pocket to an extent.
What?
Not in like a mean way, but
dare you.
we're friends, right?
All right.
You mean you have Barb in your corner?
That's right.
Yeah, that's better.
And
You're in Barb's pocket.
yeah, pretty much.
It's true, actually.
So yeah, I guess that's why I didn't take it if it was offered to me. Or maybe Rich had a part to play in keeping me back. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Rich. You know he's got to be the number one guy.
Yep.
A number one.
Quite the puppet master, that Dick Pickles.
Dick Pickles.
I forgot about that.
Anyway, so that's me.
All right, Sage.
My character is 25-year-old Ginger O'Flannery. Funny aside, Flannery actually means red eyebrows, so really her name is Ginger O'Ginger, basically.
Nice.
As played by, I think, Jennifer Connelly in her mid-20s to late 30s. Her virtue is justice, and her vice are envy, both stemming from... So pretty much everything about her stems from her childhood trauma, which is that her dad was killed by some kind of paranormal being, and it was treated as just an unsolved cold case. It was never really looked into that much.
Okay.
And that led her to both envy her like fellow peers because they all had this relationship with their parent that she didn't get to have. Her mother and her ended up somewhat estranged, so she sort of lost out on any kind of solid parental relationship, although they do still talk, but it's not solid. And also gave her her sense of justice, where she really feels like good people, bad people, like everyone should get what they deserve, whether it's good or bad, and she wants to see that happen. It also gave her a real passion for the paranormal, so she went to the university, which will be featured in the Chronicle, and she aspired to. She went into fields of anthropological studies of all cultures, but also of occult, which those are two of her specialties, is anthropology and academics and in occult studies. She got a PhD, she has written treatises, she has given lectures, but her big contentious point is that there's not a real legitimized field of anthropologic occult studies. And so she has allies in the academic field, and the ones who are on her side treat her very well because they are impressed by what she's done, but of course there are a number of people who think this is not a meaningful field of study.
Right.
So both because of what happened to her father and because she's not pleased about that, she decided to take up investigative journalism, which took her away from her studies for a little while, and so she hasn't given talks in a while, but she's still well known in those communities. And she wants to both investigate those kinds of issues because she is upset about her father's murder. She got involved with some politicians about making that like more of a thing that like we push, but so she has some status with some politicians, but again there are some that are not into her. But the other reason she's pushing it is a little more selfish. She really wants to bring the truth of paranormal stuff to the public so that people believe in it as a legitimate field, so it will actually become a field that she could be a world-renowned anthropologic expert in the field of occult studies. So it's sort of for her dad, but also sort of because she really wants this to be her career, and it's not quite there yet.
Cool.
Just for your edification, she started filling out her character sheet an hour ago.
Yeah.
I got this. I was figure out what she wants to do. So she's pretty persuasive. Most of her skills are in the mental area, and then after that, social. She has eidetic memory. She has a good danger sense. So and her wits have gotten a little higher than her intelligence because she's gotten so into being in the now and figuring out things. So she also has some reasonable empathy and expression. Her other specialization is in public speaking under persuasion. So she's really good at convincing groups of people. So yeah, that's her thing. Oh, and she does photography. So she has an actual, before she even joined the Oracle, she like had developed these skills of photographing and videoing, and because she's trying to like document all the stuff that's going on.
What was her virtue again?
Justice.
Okay.
And her vice is
nice.
envy.
Okay. All right.
Two justice seekers on the same
Yeah.
day.
That'll be
Trying to decide if we're besties or rivals.
Indeed.
I don't think you're going to be my rival. I think my rival's going to be, with all my social focus, the other investigative journalist.
Anyway, speaking of casting, I went with Aubrey Plaza.
All right.
Indeed. And
Very
you changed your picture.
I have. Yes.
Oh, Barb's had some hard times.
She has.
Yeah, she's a little
She
scarred.
looks a little
by
strung
her
out.
experience.
I think that's her general demeanor.
Maybe too much caffeine is
Yeah, definitely caffeine.
Not enough
addict,
sleep.
Sure.
15 cups a day kind of person.
Yeah. Totally.
All right, so I guess to get you guys sort of into the events at hand, you have been previously invited and encouraged to / pressured to accept visiting lecturer positions for the CSU-SK journalism program for the fall semester.
Okay.
We come in on you guys in sort of late October.
Okay.
So
2016 or 17?
2017.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
so
on the
we're in
bleeding
we're
edge
in
of the future.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
So you guys have been teaching classes for a little bit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You know, just
I'm all about
Just a
this.
few weeks. You guys were late starts, so you don't have to decide exactly right now what kind of classes you will be teaching, but I will be asking you what you will be.
Obviously.
Okay.
Occult studies.
Yeah. So Dr. Ginger O'Flannery will be teaching occult studies.
Yes, Dr.
Okay.
O'Flannery.
If you guys have any idea right now, you can let me know.
Yeah. So I think Basil would be teaching. There'd be a communications. There'd be two classes. One is the occult in media, like lecture series with like different movies, radio, everything through the history, like media, yeah. And then the other one would be an actually hands-on, like interns for my podcast.
Oh.
So then they'd get to learn and help me with that. So what would I roll to see how many interns I've boned at this point?
Oh man, that would be.
What do you roll for the
roll
janitor?
1d30.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
let's see.
know.
You have striking looks.
Yeah.
Oh yes, good character sheet in the back. All right, so you would probably. Now here's a question: how exactly are you getting these people into your bed? Is it because you have just such this? Because you just have such a presence, or is it because you're influencing them too for good grades?
I would say honestly, because of prudence, I'm gonna go with presence. I can't help it.
Okay,
It just
so-
falls into my lap.
So go with.
Can't help sleeping with
roll me
underage
presence.
No, I'm assuming they're
plus-
18 and over.
Yeah.
I started school when I was 15, my
Well,
character.
Basil is prudent, so he knows the birth
Would've been
dates of all. He
hands-off
knows the birth
there.
dates of his students.
So roll me a presence plus your expression plus however many dots your striking looks are.
Expression. Oh, okay. That's a 7 dice pool.
Nice.
Is it a 7 difficulty?
8 difficulty.
8?
8, 9, 10, and then 10 again.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Damn.
So yeah, you've been in class for the past 2 weeks.
Oh my
Teaching classes
god.
for 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
If you want, you can have you got an exceptional success. That was 5 successes.
Yes.
If you want, it could have started on day 1 and continued either school
a
nights or
person a
non-school
day?
nights.
Yeah, no.
Until yesterday.
But is this one person a day or 3 people a day?
Yeah, no,
With an exceptional success, you could
just
have.
pick whoever.
Yeah, basically,
Pick a number, any number.
if there are a certain number of girls in the class, you probably could have,
Or boys.
Yeah.
gone with all of them.
Okay.
I'm still not clear on who Basil prefers to diddle.
I don't think-
a little bit of both.
I think with the lust vice, I don't think it matters.
I think
Right.
Basil respects the hot.
all genders.
Yeah. Equal opportunity lech. So I think let's just say that there are I would say that there's a pool of maybe 10 of the students have crushes on me. Out of those 10, 2 have acted on it.
Okay.
So there's two students that
Only 2? That is pretty.
at this point, yeah. So 2 students. It's 2 weeks into the semester. So 2 students.
Yeah.
So do with that what you will.
Indeed. I will.
Okay.
In fact, in case some of these students their grades start dropping, you're going to get some proposals.
Okay.
And or blackmail.
Well,
Okay. All right.
However, he is prudent, so
Yeah.
he makes sure to avoid getting into situations that would cause blackmail.
True.
And Barbara,
Scrapes.
what would do you have any idea of what kind of classes you would?
Well, first of all, what's the minimum amount of flair? What's the minimum number of classes I have to
One.
teach? 1.
Yeah.
What's the max?
I'd say max would be because you guys are. Not to spoil anything, but you guys are going to be investigating beyond your classes and stuff.
Okay.
So I'd say probably 3.
Earlier, I thought we were just going to be role-playing our syllabus preparation.
No. If you guys want, I can just roleplay you through the semester, and Rich is gonna have a really fun time.
Yeah.
Oh my
Uh-oh.
God.
Oh man, I'm picturing Rich with the tweed jacket with the leather elbow patches on it.
Talk about popular with the ladies.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be competing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm just teaching a Journalism 101 course.
Sure.
And then I like the intern idea, so I also have an internship in TV production.
Okay. Production, and you're not lecherous, but are you? Actually, it's more of an interesting situation for Barbara. Because her old flame, actually,
What?
Thomas Booth, is the head librarian at CSUSK.
God.
I forgot all about Thomas.
Yeah, he was from the Quick Start.
Yeah, and you
scenario.
played him.
I did.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
did.
All right.
It's very
It
incestuous.
is. He just winked. It's just a winking session.
Okay, it's like he's playing The Sims, Dad.
I was thinking that old.
Start kissing.
I was thinking that old bit from Conan O'Brien where Max Weinberg makes love to himself.
Max on Max.
Max on Max.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, no, that is, yeah. I'm not going after any of my students, if that's your question.
Okay.
Not predatory like me.
And in the 2 weeks since you've been here, have you interacted with?
I think I'm assiduously avoiding the library as much as possible.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's so hard.
I don't know. In this day and age, it's not as hard as it used to be.
Yeah.
You know.
I like the idea of like you're
teaching,
trying.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Well, you're teaching journalism. Like a lot of that's online. You can do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that there are things that Barb wants, very particular things that you can only request via like interlibrary loan.
That's what my interns are for.
But then on the request sheet it has your name on it, so you know he's seen your name.
I know he knows I'm here.
Oh yeah. It's,
Oh.
you know, we'll find out exactly how he feels about that later.
And can I be teaching both occult studies and advanced occult studies with a focus in anthropology, with the caveat that like she has not created any prerequisites for the advanced class. It's really just that she gets more graphic about like occult ceremonies.
It's more graphic.
Sounds good. So
More
like,
practical
I'll
skills.
say you've got like Occult Studies 101. Would you like your more advanced ones to be Occult Studies 201, or would you like to go as far as 401?
401.
Yeah, that's the highest you can go. I
Love
guess.
that.
And
But it's just like there's no prerequisite. Also,
No.
it's all
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the same students that are just like, we heard this story in the last class, but without all those bloody bits.
That's
Like,
right.
Yeah.
Is there a broadcasting
Oh,
on
actually,
campus?
yeah.
Okay, so I think that's what my internship is. It's like a practical internship.
Sure.
So it's just like, you know, they can design their own programs,
Yeah.
programming, and I'm just kind of there as an advisor.
Yeah,
you
give
know.
them some technical tips.
Exactly, yeah.
Why did the school invite us to do a lecture series for no apparent reason?
Well, two of you are
Pros.
alumna.
We're real pros.
Oh, that's true. We are. I am.
Yeah.
Also, you guys are a major presence in San Kaissa after these 4 years.
Yeah.
However, you guys could all, if you guys are suspicious about that, you could all make me a
Sure.
intelligence plus investigation roll.
Okay.
Those of you who are alumni can roll one extra die.
Okay.
Would danger sense figured?
It would not.
I know.
And I forget what specialties do.
Specialties add one die.
One
if they're-
die. One of
or if
my
they're
die.
Wow,
applicable
I'm
to
rolling
the roll.
so. What's
Oh,
the difficulty?
Artifacts
8?
would not apply.
Are we difficulty 8 or?
Difficulty
It's always 8.
It's always 8. Okay.
So I got an 8 and a 9.
So 2 successes.
I got
Jeez.
one.
You got 1 success.
3, but 2
Three.
10s.
Oh man, did you re-roll the 10s?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So 3 successes, 2 successes, 1 success.
Yep.
3,
So-
2, 1.
Yeah.
Contact.
So the first, I mean, for the 1 success, you guys got a letter. It was just, expressing like, they were reaching out to the Oracle.
Yeah.
They want to incite more, interest in their journalism program, which has been going strong, and they just want to see more people entering it, and they want it to be sort of like one of the major destinations for journalism in the United States.
Okay.
Wow.
Is
That's
that
ambitious.
a problem that I'm not teaching any investigative journalism classes? I'm just teaching occult studies.
How's your focus?
Yeah, you're the that's what you have a PhD in.
We'll
You have
say-
a PhD in. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's true, actually,
Fudge.
yeah.
Yeah.
With 2 successes, you kind of get the idea that it's a little odd that they would bring in so many guest lecturers, even if they wanted to, suddenly raise the image of the studies program. But at the same time, you're a PhD, so obviously you would be included in this.
Right.
Basil.
Yeah, of course, because I got my finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
I know, I can tell the signs
Well-
of like how things really go down.
Basil.
Yes.
One of your top 10 rules is look for the money.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that this would cost an exorbitant amount
Yes.
to bring in essentially 5 guest lecturers
Yes.
for a full semester.
Right.
Significantly more than what would be allocated to any particular program, especially a journalism
Yeah,
program in
definitely.
university. Usually this kind of stuff goes to sports.
Absolutely.
So you know, or you have like the idea that somehow there's been like some sort of grant or donation or something specifically towards the journalism program.
Okay.
Okay.
And it
You're after me.
that may be suspicious, that may not be suspicious. So yeah, it's just if you want to dig deeper into that, that is your
Okay.
prerogative.
All right.
But yeah, it definitely strikes you as not per the usual.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Neat.
All right.
What chronicle / faction / group name are we? Is that-
So your group name is the SK Oracle.
Teach, don't preach.
Faction is, I guess, Immortals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Chronicle is... Oh god, what did I name this Chronicle?
CSUSK challenge.
Oh no, this Chronicle is called A Chill Semester.
Oh, boo.
Wait, what? What? I like that. It's good.
All right, fine.
So abominable snowman. It's like smoking pot.
Fog.
Here to make
Way
you
chill.
Which way?
All right.
Make fun, I thought it was good.
I like it. No,
There's a lot of possibility for pun there.
riffing,
I like it.
riffing.
If you guys didn't have anything to say about it, I'd actually be worried.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
should.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, whatever.
Oh, like when everyone's dead silent, then it's just like, oh, all right.
Exactly.
I thought they'd go over better.
All right, so
All right.
it is Monday, October 23rd, 2017. So let me also write that down. 23-2017. Yeah, so you guys arrive on campus. I'm guessing you guys, I don't know, are you guys carpooling or are you guys taking your separate vehicles?
What's the public transit like at San Kaissa?
There is a shuttle that goes from
Wow.
downtown to the university,
Do you
which is
all
pretty regular, like
live on
about
the
every
same
hour.
side of town?
I live downtown, just close to the
Yeah.
close to the Oracle building.
There's a few separate parts of town. There's, in the very center of town, that's sort of the downtown area. As you go a little bit more westward, that's towards Old Town, which sort of overlooks the older residential districts / some of the docks, etc. Then there's the dock area, which is slightly industrial. Some parts of it are residential, and then there's private, essential, not commercial, rather private owner docks.
Okay.
And then, the regular spat of infill surrounding the city.
I probably live near Old Town. My parents have probably been from this area for some amount of time.
Sounds good.
Maybe.
So yeah, if you guys want to drive separately, that's no problem.
I take my scooter.
Everyone give me, as you're driving in on Monday morning, give me wits plus composure checks.
Shoot.
Get it.
I'm ready. Here we go.
Oh, God. Not my specialty. Ooh.
3.
There's a 10, though.
I know it's so good.
A 10
One.
I get to re-roll, is
Yes.
that right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I got an 8, a 9, and a 10. And then a 2.
So you got 3.
Yeah.
3.
All right. One success.
It's early.
It's early.
Not enough
I
coffee
mean,
yet.
Yeah.
there's been. It just sort of looks like there's been some pretty heavy morning dew in the vicinity. For
Okay.
the 3 successes,
Yeah.
the 2 of you notice that. The other thing you notice because you're coming in on Monday is because there is a significantly abundant amount of the black, blue, and silver San Kaissa banners for the football team hanging from various arches, dorm windows, light posts, and school buildings.
Is homecoming coming?
Homecoming
yeah.
is this weekend.
Oh, shit.
These are the bishops?
These are the rooks.
The rooks.
Indeed. Well, the bishops and the rooks, really, but they're more pulling for the rooks.
Right.
Okay.
The 2 of you,
Yes.
who got 3 successes,
Yes.
indeed, Basil and Ginger, you both notice that of the hanging banners, like the vertical banners that,
Yeah.
like the bottom third of each are just sort of soaking wet.
Of a
And
particular color or just wet?
just basically all of the long vertical banners, and even like some of the other ones, they're just all soaking wet.
It's not like the usual dew formation or fog, like the fog that's come in that kind of gets them damp. It's actually like saturated.
Actually saturated, and you guys know there hasn't been any heavy rainfall.
No.
Is there
Okay.
a flood? Could I do anything, a danger sense or an investigation roll? Or
You guys can
occult
make
roll?
intelligence plus occult, and if you guys are, no, I guess because you guys graduated after that started.
All right.
Sorry.
Wow, you're on
2.
fire.
I got
2.
2.
1. I got 3 6s though.
Well, that goes well.
Yeah, that's certainly. Just remember that you rolled those. I mean,
I got 1 success.
1 success and 2 successes for
Yeah.
Basil, and Barbara, you didn't roll.
I
You
didn't
didn't
notice
them.
Oh, you didn't notice. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yes.
In any case, so for the 1 success, you know that there's rumors of strange weather phenomenon in the university.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Basil.
Yes.
Because you've actually had a little bit more, I guess you would say, personal interaction with the students on campus.
Yeah.
You've been told these like really weird rumors / stories that you haven't encountered yet about really strange weather phenomena that seems to hit the university, and the people who have disclosed this information to you, they've talked about snow.
Snow.
Because it's a snow semester.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like periodic flurries.
Of snow, which is so strange.
Yeah, in a climate in Southern California that sees an annual snowfall of 0 inches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I'm willing to look into that.
Yeah.
I believe in all types of strange shit. There's a lot of weird things going on in this world that we barely scratch the surface of. So, yes, snow. All right.
Yeah.
So maybe this has something to do with that. I gotta talk to. I forgot her name right now. Anyway, I'm like, who's that student I've been
Bethany.
banging? Yeah, Bethany. Yeah, Bethany, that's it. I'll talk to Bethany about that.
Banging Bethany.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting. So I sip my coffee and I'm scrutinizing those banners.
Indeed. And since you all noticed the banners, you guys can make me intelligence plus academics.
Yeah.
Those of you who are alumni can roll 1 extra die.
Great.
1.
Okay, 1 for Basil. 2 for Ginger.
1 for me.
1 for
Out of a
Barb.
nice cool 7.
It's okay. Got this.
You've put this behind you. Obviously, there's a sore spot with Thomas, so
Yeah.
you haven't really been following. So Basil and Barbara, you both know just from being on campus that this Friday is the homecoming game for football versus the UC Monterey Manly Mantas,
What?
also a school that doesn't exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
UC Monterey.
Mantas?
The Mantas, the Manly Mantas.
Manly.
Because they have the lady mantas.
Well, there are lady
Yeah.
mantas probably.
It's the ladies basketball team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ginger, because you're a little bit more investigative. You know that Monterey is the rival school of CSU San Kaissa.
Okay. The rival school.
The major rival. Indeed.
Ooh, those mantas.
Yep. All right. So, when you guys arrive, there's a little bit of time before your classes, so you can sort of hang out in the teachers' area. There, you're met by one Laureen Serrano. She is essentially the head of the journalism program.
Okay.
What's her name? Laureen Serrano. Now, the two of you took journalism programs here before, right?
Yes.
Okay, so back when you guys were taking classes, she was actually just running the investigative journalism classes, and she was pretty low on she was low on the totem pole. She was very. You remember her as being somewhat mousy and just sort of very introverted. You were surprised when you were contacted by her at the beginning of the summer, in person. She is. Now she is very outgoing. She's, wearing dresses now that sort of, you would say, that straddle the line between professional and professional. Yeah. And, you're not exactly sure whether it's like her newfound confidence or like just the heels that she's wearing, but she's also gotten taller.
Maybe she's a
Gotten
vampire.
taller.
She's a vampire.
You're sexy now. You must be a vampire.
No, she just met Freddie Prinze Jr.
What?
So she sort of she lets you guys know. She apologizes for not telling you in advance, too swiftly in advance, essentially.
Yeah.
You guys only have morning classes today, but after lunch she sort of put together an impromptu audience with local high school students
Okay.
for you guys to talk about your journalism program.
Okay.
It seems like they're really trying to sell this thing.
Okay.
So if you guys could possibly spare a few minutes after your lunch to, to give a little, like 2-minute speech about the importance of journalism and your aspect of it and how you wish to communicate that to the students here and the future leaders of tomorrow, she says. And, maybe you can answer a question or two.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Anything to get our young people aware of the paranormal, of journalism.
Yeah. And of course, Rich isn't, or rather, Rich is being quite quiet or isn't here. One of the two. The same thing with Kate.
I enviously gave him wrong directions to school too.
What?
Because I wanted to get the speaker position.
That's probably fair. I think we can all agree that Kate is probably sitting there nursing a massive cup of coffee
Yes.
and giant sunglasses
Yes.
and speaking very little.
Yes.
Aw.
Yes.
So Barb is 30 right now,
Yes.
and Ginger's 25, but Ginger started college at 15. So we actually might have been in some of the same.
We might have.
Where
yeah.
I was probably just a year or two behind you, so we would have at least known each other. In the
Yeah, I
department
think so.
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
That just occurred to me.
Indeed.
So both on that.
So yeah, you guys have your morning classes. So
I give 3 kids enough for the day.
just straight up.
Well, one of them is sleeping during
Oh.
my lecture.
I see.
And you gotta just squash that right away. So
Mm.
F for the day for him, and the other 2 are bickering about the difference between demons and demigods, and I just think that that's an inane conversation. F for the day for both of you for being ridiculous and pretentious.
Yeah.
I see.
Everyone else gets an automatic A because fuck those 3.
Wow.
Just for the day.
Your teacher evaluation.
Are you kidding? They think I'm awesome.
To be
I'm
fair,
better than every other teacher in the department.
depending on the size of her class, at least like 80% of her class is going to give her stellar reviews.
Right,
That's true,
they all just
actually.
got an A.
That's true.
For the day, not for the semester.
How about you guys? How do you handle the various ins and outs of your various classes?
This week we're watching Nightbreed, so
Oh man.
I pop that in. Just pop that
How
in.
does that relate to
Can
your
I go
class
to your
topic?
class?
It's media of the
but not
occult.
during
We
my class? I think I go to your class when my class is over just so I can watch it.
Yeah, it's occult in the media, Barb. Why do I have to explain this to you?
Again.
Come on, you know. Come on.
Barb, you actually had to approve it, so.
Yeah, exactly. So pop in Nightbreed, and I want you to think about the following things when you're watching this. What does it mean to be an outsider? What does it mean when people are? So I just kind of start rambling different questions, and I flick the lights off, and then just let it go.
Do you go get Bethany so you can ask her about snow?
Yeah. So I'm like, come here.
Okay.
So, Bethany, did you notice the banners this morning were like soaking wet at the bottom?
Oh yeah.
What, do you think that's because of that snow that you told me about?
It's wow. How about you give me a either a presence plus empathy or I'm sorry, a presence plus persuasion or a manipulation plus persuasion.
Manipulation. Okay, persuasion. I only have 1. So wait, presence or what?
Presence plus persuasion or manipulation plus
Okay,
persuasion.
I'm doing presence.
Okay.
1, 2, 2.
Damn. All right. So yeah,
Woman's on
you kind of notice for a second when you ask that she kind of glazes over a little bit, like she's trying to remember something that happened a really long time ago, and then she sort of kind of whispers like, "It snowed on Sunday, but it was gone this morning."
Yeah.
And through further questioning, you find that it's difficult for her to recall specifics. Like she doesn't remember what time it started snowing. She doesn't remember how heavy the snowfall was. But kind of like in a dreamlike state, she sort of recalls the campus sort of being covered by like a light dusting of snow.
Okay. So I pull her face to mine, and I'm like,
Call your own students mean.
She points to like
because like that's who's staying on campus is the younger
Yeah.
ones.
yeah she points out to like 4 or 5 other students who she like knows specifically are in the dorms. Like she's seen them using like food cards to eat at the commissary.
Okay, can you pull one of them? Get one of them to come over here.
Sure. She pulls over her friend Charlene.
Okay.
Indeed.
So Charlene, good morning. Sorry to pull you away from this amazing movie, but
It's so good.
I know it's great. It's amazing.
The themes, just the themes.
I know, it's amazing. So,
Is this about your special internship?
no. I'm curious if you saw snowfall happen on campus yesterday.
Make me that same roll. The
Okay.
presence plus persuasion.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Damn.
I don't know what it is.
On fire,
I did not roll
Des.
for shit when we played. We did
Last
a
time.
vampire thing with John, and damn. Okay.
So yeah, she. It seems like she remembers a bit more than Bethany.
Okay.
Um,
What happened? Tell me about it.
It's just, it's really weird. It's happened a
Yeah.
few times since I've started last year. It's just sometimes it just snows. When I first saw it, I thought I was like dreaming,
Yeah.
and it was just like no outward sign. I mean, we're in Southern California, so it doesn't seem like there'd be any clouds. But all of a sudden,
Yeah.
it's just like there's clouds. Like you walk inside, walk outside, and there's clouds, and it just starts snowing. It started at about sundown last night, and then it was probably about like maybe an inch and a half, and it covered everything.
Weird. And so I kind of look at Bethany while Charlene's describing this. Does she look still kind of like
She's-
in like a hypnotic state? Or?
It sort of seems like she's waking up now, and she's sort
Okay.
of nodding, and it seems like this is helping her remember exactly what happened. She's like, "Oh yeah, I was on my way back after dinner, and the sun was setting, and it was just the clouds just suddenly came overhead, and I felt the first ones, and people started grabbing their clothes,
Yeah.
and umbrellas and stuff."
Yeah. So did the temperature drop suddenly, or was there a storm in the forecast that you
It
saw?
was more like it was just sudden, like.
Sudden.
Vampires.
And you can actually make me a. Give me a wits plus investigation
Okay.
roll.
Okay. My luck's run out. Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah,
oh,
so
and a 1. That's not a botch.
that's not a botch.
No,
The only
okay.
time you botch is on a chance roll.
Right.
So something sort of like tickles in the back of your mind about like some things you've seen in some of the faculty's offices,
Okay.
but it just sort of slips away as you're trying to think about it.
Okay.
Like it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just
All
can't.
right.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. All right. Go back to the movie. Both of you. Go back.
Could ask the occult studies person later.
Yeah. Exactly. So So I'm sitting in the back drinking my coffee and like watching the movie, kind of just been thinking about everything that they told me.
Sounds good.
Oh, I go into her class to watch the end of the movie because my class is done.
Yep.
So I sit down with Basil.
Oh, you popped down next to me.
Yeah, I'm like, so,
So I look over at you. So.
can I tell you about my fuck noodle students today? They were just the worst.
Sure. Yeah. Wait, just one second. All right, so the movie's like finishing up, and so I'm gonna go to the front of the class.
Oh, yeah,
And-
what's the last scene before the credits roll?
Oh crap! What is it? What was the last of it? I'm forgetting. I feel so bad. Well, it was just like after this total like chaotic like all these people like they basically all the mutants like take over and like attack and they're victorious, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Okay.
yeah. So as you can see,
So there's like some impromptu cheering from the class
Oh,
when
yeah.
mutants take over.
that's
like,
right.
Down with the 1%, go 99%.
Oh my god.
So I'm like making some mental notes about these themes that they're picking up on.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Hey, okay, Edie, no,
Hey.
come on. That's enough. So I'm taking some mental notes here. I'm like, all right, guys. So I've had some sub questions on our web portal thing. I want you to write some responses to that, and you're gonna have to leave comments on each other's,
Responses.
and then we'll talk about this tomorrow or on Wednesday.
Sounds good.
All right, bye. So I
Alright,
walk.
bye.
Yeah. So I walk away.
So is this like your standard way of like finishing a class?
Yeah.
There's no, like,
It's like abruptly. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's it. So then I walk up to Ginger. I'm like, all right, so what is going on in your class? Why are they being so obnoxious?
Oh, they just got into this I mean, literally, it's not even related to not anything I'm teaching, but they got into a conversation that they were calling demons versus demagogues. That's not even what? Just the most pretentious twitwads I've ever met, and they just kept going and going. So I finally just failed them for the day. And I think everyone else in the class is like super pleased because not only did everyone else get an automatic A, but it shut those two assholes up. I bet they never say a single thing again in my class.
But shouldn't we? I mean, Ginger. I mean, just think about it. Shouldn't we be facilitating that type of creative thinking? I mean, the stuff that you're talking about is reminding me of just like how Rich is like so oppressive. He's like constantly critiquing my podcasts. So I mean, let the kids talk about just
the mention of
So
his
good.
name. Okay,
I mean,
all I'm
like, shouldn't we?
saying.
Okay, yeah. I know technically you are an expert. You are, which I haven't had you on my podcast yet. You are an expert. You know so much, and I mean,
Basil,
yeah.
don't you think
What?
that if someone is being a pretentious twat waffle, they justly deserve to get an F for the day?
you got a strange look at
Yeah.
like some people are filing it away and some people are just sort of looking aghast.
Just don't worry about it. Keep going.
Keep walking. Wait, so then I get distracted. I'm like, what? Looking at some of the students, like, some of them are looking at me.
Yeah.
I'm looking back. Okay, back to Ginger. Okay, so
Anyway, how are your?
cleaning them, but they just put them up, so they're perfectly fine. I don't know.
Plus, it's the bottom third of them, so that seems more like
It is weird.
some kind of runoff, or I don't know. But
Well, two of the students said that there was snowfall yesterday. It
What?
snowed. It snowed on camp. Look, don't.
okay. So I'm peaked
But-
now because it's
Yeah.
weird sounding.
So it snowed on campus.
Because
and
it didn't snow in town. I mean,
I know.
was sitting there last night on a patio eating dinner, and it
I know.
was,
No, it was perfect. It was perfect weather, perfect fall weather. And
What else did they say about the snow on campus?
they just essentially said that it snowed, but they both of this, well, at least one. Yeah. She was saying that she kind of seemed like she was in like a semi kind of, it was almost like catatonic, kind of hypnotic sort of state talking about it.
Really?
It was very strange.
Now, with all of my occulty studies, does
Yeah.
this strike a nerve? Can I do a roll of some kind?
Sure.
I am a PhD. I mean,
Yeah. Make me a, let's see, it's in the moment, so wits plus occult.
Can do.
Ooh.
I got a 9, so 1 success.
All right.
One success. It sounds, I mean, not necessarily occult, but culty, sort of is reminiscent maybe of like mass group hypnosis, like mass hallucination, that sort of thing.
No, but that wouldn't explain why the banners are all wet.
I'm just saying this is sort
Talking, the way she was talking about it, and then as the other student corroborated it, she seemed to be more back like in reality. So there may be some kind of strange thing with the snow. I don't know.
Huh.
It's odd though.
Can I?
Yeah, so did it ever snow on campus?
I don't recall it ever snowing. The campus historians, if there's any history of snow, allies in the academic world.
That's true. So let's find Barb and let her know.
Speaking of Barb, how's your morning class going? Is this going to be your, let's see, is this going to be your journalism 101 or your production?
I think it's probably my journalism 101.
Sounds good. So yeah, it's a 101 class, so people are taking this sort of like either slack off or because they're just starting. So.
Yep. So my pedagogic method is basically for every student in the class to get their phones out and find a headline from their news app of choice.
Yes.
And then come up and talk about the story and what they think about it. And then I sit behind my desk and just fuck around on Chitter while they essentially lecture the rest of the class.
That sounds good. Are you posting on Shitter like any specific like hashtag?
Tag my students suck.
Yeah. Like shit my students say.
No, because I don't. Well, occasionally I might do that, but for the most part I don't really care about them. So I'm actually just doing my own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that this donation money is going toward a good cause.
Yes.
Like, what the hell?
Yes. Well.
Basil's the only one who cares about his students.
Hey! I care about my students. I want them to do a good job.
According to Basil's the only one who cares about his students.
I don't intern, each of them intern.
I really care.
He cares very deeply.
Very deeply. Very deeply.
You can say balls deep. Or
Yeah. I care balls deep.
All right, so then like right before let's say like 10:50 is the end of your class. You got one sort of like petite, like brunette girl who's just like standing in front of the class, haranguing them with some sort of like, what's like a Fox News like affiliate, like
Oh yeah.
like one of those websites that's just like conservativenews.com,
Right.
like something.
The Brudge Report.
I think just in terms of like current events, it's a article about butthurt emails.
Oh right.
Yeah, we're apparently it's October and we're still on about that.
We're still
Wow.
on about the emails.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. All right. That's fine. They can talk about whatever they want.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
that's
I
right.
don't care.
First Amendment rights. And who am I to try and shut them
There's
up?
no part of Barb that would is like a Hillary lover.
Yeah. Like, what would you...
Who did Barb vote for?
Yeah.
I think Barb was all in for Bernie, and then didn't bother voting in the general.
Part of the problem.
She is part of the problem.
Barb wouldn't have made any difference.
Yeah.
Hillary won in California anyway.
It's California. Hello.
Yeah.
Would have been different if I lived in Texas.
All right. So
Yeah.
Sounds good. So yeah, the students are filing out. Despite Barb's, lackadaisical teaching methods,
Yeah.
she has actually inspired like a variety of discourse between the students who are actively engaged with
Because
each other
they're
as
forced
leaving the room.
They're forced to like form their own study groups. Because then I just throw quizzes at them with like zero preparation.
Quiz time, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. I hope you all read chapter 1. What?
no.
There's like no syllabus.
There's a book?
Yeah, exactly.
Educate yourself.
Chapter 1 of what?
Yeah, like, what? There's no books on
The
the
first
syllabus.
trick to being a good reporter is knowing how to investigate. So investigate
anticipating what
and
you
find
need to
out what the
know.
textbook is.
Oh,
What an awesome class. I would take that class.
oh man. All right,
So we walk
yeah,
up, and you're sitting there.
you guys are bombarded, salmon swimming upstream of all the students that
Yeah,
have
pouring
joined
out.
Barbara's class.
Fucking, some of them are taller than me.
Yeah. I kind of carve a path so it's easy for you to get through.
I just go, PhD coming through.
Oh my God.
They all actually move.
You say that, and students actually just start running to their next class.
Oh God, no, not the dreaded PhD.
Yeah, exactly. So Barb, what's going on?
Not much. I'm gathering my stuff up, How was everyone's morning?
I showed him a little movie called Nightbreed. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, that movie was great.
Was it the director's cut?
Of course.
Hmm.
Oh, Barb.
You guys sound like my fuck waffle students. Come on.
Okay, well, students. Basically, did you notice anything weird about the banners outside of school today?
Me?
They were all wet.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't mention it.
The
Yeah.
bottom third was like soaked through, drippingly wet.
It was
That
weird.
might have been the case. I was only on my second cup of coffee, so.
Oh, I see.
Well, we had some students told me that it snowed on campus yesterday. That's what they said. Why are you scoffing?
Have you ever heard of it snowing? I mean,
No.
when we went to school here, there was no snow,
No.
right?
No.
I can't.
Well-
we have to check with the history peeps in the library.
Yeah, let's go to the library.
But I
Barb.
can't remember
This is a
any
little colored
record.
green zone.
But I can't remember any record of snow, and I have to tell you something about the story that Basil was telling me. Just it kind of makes me think of like group hypnosis or something. The way that they're sort of fuzzy on this memory that can't possibly have happened. I mean, something about it seems really odd.
They're really weird. We need to talk to him. We need to go do some research.
Hold on. So I'm gonna get my MacBook back out of my bag and just do a quick search, online to see
Oh.
Did it
weather
snow last
weather
night?
records.
Oh.
Not just for yesterday, but just in general. Like what are the historic snowfall levels for San Kaissa?
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a intelligence plus. I think it's research, right?
Academics. Yeah.
Not computer.
Let's see. No, it'd be plus investigation.
You
Or
told me I needed to have computer to look anything
Let's
up
see.
on the
You have computer, right?
I do. I have academics with a specialty in research. I have computer. I also have investigation.
So academics with a specialty in research, you would actually have to go into the library.
Oh,
So yeah, if you're just using
Investigation?
computer, it will be
or computer.
It'll be computer. Yeah.
Curses.
Thank you for reminding me.
Because I didn't want to take that skill, and I was told I had to if
Yeah.
I ever wanted to look anything up.
You know what? I really don't want to go to the library, so this is going to be the most willpower-powered
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Google search ever.
All right.
Is that 3 dice, right?
That's 3 dice
Yeah.
for 1 willpower point.
Well,
Damn.
Yep.
that's how much he doesn't.
Oh, damn.
2. I got 2.
Oh,
2.
dear. Should I also try to make a roll, like, because he's not looking at the right things? Barb's not looking at the right things. I'd be like, give me a computer.
Yeah, if you wanna CSI, 2 people on 1 keyboard. Or no, that's NCIS. 2 people on 1 keyboard.
What?
Oh yeah.
They do this more than once.
So obnoxious.
Where Proby and Abby are both. She's like, I can't type fast enough. He's like, I can help. And they're both typing on
My
the
God.
same computer at the same
Why though?
Why?
Because it's a piano, apparently.
Yeah,
Apparently.
because television writers don't understand how computers work.
So
No, they
sorry,
don't.
what is it? Computer and Intel or wits? Wits, right?
Intelligence plus computer.
Not wits, since it's a current
Oh.
local thing.
You're researching past information, so yeah.
But also current information, like did it snow last night?
All right,
Yeah,
I'll-
like
I'll
any
allow-
report, any
I'll allow
weather
intelligence,
reports
yeah.
or meteorology.
So David, how many successes did you get? 2.
Ooh.
I got one.
All right.
So do they add?
They do not.
We're typing on the same keyboard.
All right. I'm gonna go on Instagram, and I have a
Hastygram.
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 I'm gonna go on Hastygram, and I'm going to see if any of my I have like almost all my students. I've friended almost all my students.
Okay.
So inappropriate. And I'm just like scrolling through their feed to see if any of
Okay.
them have taken pictures of the snowfall from last night.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, why don't you make me a wits plus? I guess it'll have to be a wits plus composure.
Composure?
That's really the only like perception. Wits plus intelligence. It sort of seems really unusual.
Yeah.
They usually have wits plus composure as the perception
Okay,
spot hidden
that's fine.
check. So
Yeah. Okay. Can I add my contacts onto that since it's a lot of students?
Yeah.
So how many?
Wait, you've contacts with.
I don't know. I just have 2 dots in contacts. So would
You
that?
have to pick a group type of contact.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
your,
it's like
your,
a herd.
your contact from last time was the I think it was the was the VAM person who gave you the nondescript.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't I make? Can I make it for this time? Just like if we're gonna be at the university.
Add an extra die because you're engaging in certain amorous
Deeds.
adventures with certain.
Okay.
Actually, add 2 dice because you have 2 students
I have
that
2.
you're being
Yeah,
amorous
I
with.
have Bethany and Nate.
Works, since
All right.
allies and status works.
Oh, here, take a quick look.
I'm not sure that's how contacts works actually. Allies
Yeah.
and status are both grouped.
But
Right,
your
right,
contacts
right,
are 2
right.
dice anyway. So
Yeah. So we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this dog doing? Why is she like this?
And on cashews.
Okay. Here we go. Ooh. No.
Luck has run out.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Cat shoes.
Yeah. That was a lot of dice.
Yes, you
That
don't.
was 8, and I got 0.
Oh my. So yeah, you don't notice any. You're like
Nothing.
scrolling through your
So weird,
students
yeah,
feed
yeah,
and
just-
like the location feed. There's
Nothing.
there's no shots of any snow.
It's strange. Barb, we gotta go to the library. We gotta find out if faculty is. We have to
Well, wait,
find out
we
if
did our-
faculty.
What was
Barb,
the
you
result
did
of our
get 2
lookup?
successes
Yeah.
on your computer.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, all right.
Fuck your lookup. We're going to the
So what
library.
you notice is that there's no record of snowfall at all in San Kaissa over the past say like 15 years of like research. However, after about 4 years ago, the average temperature of San Kaissa started to skew downwards.
Wait, sorry, say that again?
4 years.
4 years ago, the average temperatures of San Kaissa started to skew downwards.
4 years, you say?
Yeah.
But no record of snowfall?
No record of snowfall at all. And it's not a drastic jump, it's just sort of like a gradual that you were sort of able to pick up on.
And no one else reported online like snowfall yesterday in
Nope.
San Kaissa. For the record, context is different. Context is each dot in the merits you have 2 is one arena or circle from which your character has a web of connections.
So yeah, you can have
All these
students in
students
one.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So each of them can be something different,
Yeah.
but they can't give you any. It's info only. Whereas like
Information.
allies and status, they
Yeah.
can actually aid you.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Which is what I've kind of been doing. So. Okay.
It says something about storyteller should decide. So
Oh.
So-
Okay.
okay, so
So
no
they have-
snow reported.
But like, I'm
Temps
thinking that if the
dropping.
temps are dropping, that there would be more like a frost thing. So there might be an almanac that would indicate.
But this is this day
catchy.
and age, so I feel like we're sort of inclined to think maybe it's just global warming shit. Backlash of global warming.
Possibly, but the farmer's
Global warming
almanac.
backlash.
Trumps America, we get all kinds of backlash
Yeah.
of global warming.
I mean,
It's a Chinese conspiracy.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
clearly they've developed some sort of weather cannon.
Nah. Well, Ginger, though, the Farmer's Almanac, that is still a reputable resource.
I mean, I agree. I'm just saying we have to give a lecture after lunch, so like maybe
Well-
we don't go get an almanac right this second.
I have to go downtown to do my podcast, but
before or after our lecture.
after.
Hmm.
I wasn't asked. I wasn't asked
Oh,
to
were you
do that.
not? I thought we
No.
all were.
To do the
All of
lecture.
us were?
All of you guys were.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh
no.
shit! I didn't prepare.
I know. Then like, is it a? Uh-oh.
I'm ready. I'm gonna talk all about.
Yeah, of course.
studies.
Everything's perfectly like organized.
She's already got a binder.
All right.
The
Index
A
cards.
to B of almanacs to vampires.
Apparitions to vampire.
Sure.
Yep.
Fuck after B. Nobody cares about the rest of the letters.
Yeah.
Yep. Hard. I am not prepared for that. So this is going to be interesting, you guys.
I've actually published a book, The A to Z of Immortal Beings. You could read from that if you wanted. It only came out last year.
Well, I do have a pretty nice voice, but I think they want us. What do they want us to talk about?
Just journalism, actually.
Really? Oh.
I'm just picturing your PowerPoint. It's just got all these like images of vampires and monsters.
And the last
you know?
two position
Yep.
with anyone but Basil, he has enough.
No.
Oh,
Never
man.
enough. Revolving door. All right.
So should we go to our lecture and then go look up
Yeah, that's a good idea.
almanac?
Yeah.
Where are we giving this lecture again? I zoned out after talk.
It's at the auditorium.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. It's like a really big.
Yeah.
They did some
There.
production of like. They're doing
That's
some
at the Rich Pigley Memorial Auditorium.
memorial. It's shit.
It was endowed during that brief moment when he was in a coma and
Yeah.
everyone assumed he was going to die.
Just
Did I kept the name?
They kept the
They
name.
just kept memorial. Oh my
Oh,
god.
that is canon.
I love it.
All right, let's see.
We were like,
gosh.
it would mar the building to take off memorials.
It would. It would throw the whole
Yeah.
the whole logo off. You know.
Dick pickles.
Memorial auditorium.
There's just like this big framed photo of him in the lobby.
It says in loving memory. But they just like crossed out the death years.
Right.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah, it's all like
Painted over
they just
it.
took a Dremel to
Yeah.
it. Just,
It still says in loving memory of his birth year.
Oh, man.
I love it.
All right, so
So we're heading getting to the auditorium.
No, your auditory or your audience is after lunch, so you guys have about an hour and a half to eat.
Okay.
Standard procedure is to eat at the commissary.
Okay, can I roll? What is the
Food
chance?
is terrible though.
Really, I like it.
Yeah,
what-
but you'll eat anything.
You would actually be
You'll
surprised.
eat anything.
I'll
The
eat
food-
anything.
The food used to be terrible.
Is it better now?
There are 6 different food preparation stations of a variety.
Is it all
cultural
ice
foods.
related?
Does one of them have crepes? Is
It is none of it is actually ice related.
there a creperie?
There are.
They're an omelet station.
Let's see.
They're waffle
There's a
bar.
creperie I'm in.
There is no creperie. However, on
Oh.
Wednesdays, the German food station serves, and I'm going to fuck this up, Fladelsoup, which is essentially crepe pancakes that have been sliced into thin noodles and boiled in basically like boiled ever so slightly in a broth.
Yeah.
So that they're sort of spongy and delicious.
Yeah.
And just sort of served piping hot.
Why?
Well, it's
Why?
Monday, so that doesn't help me.
It is Monday, so today,
What's the special today?
well, the German special today.
Why are there German specials?
I don't want the German
Why?
special. What else
Was
is
this town
there?
founded by Germans?
It was not.
I'm Irish.
What?
And
What is it?
surprisingly, neither Barbara nor Ginger recalls the commissary being this good.
Or serving German food?
Not just German food. There's French cuisine. There's
Okay.
African food.
No crepes.
There's Japanese food. There's Italian, and then there's domestic.
Domestic food.
What's the Italian
The
today?
Italian today is lasagna.
Because it's Monday, of course.
Monday. Hello.
Is their mascot a big fat orange cat?
I'm
cure your
pretty sure
case
they
of
just
Mondays.
couldn't give up the joke.
Yeah.
What is the anything else of the day?
So the German is sauerbraten.
Okay.
The French is cassoulet. The African is
African?
I'm gonna mess this up. It's jollof rice or
nice.
olive rice, but I'm pretty sure it's jollof rice.
French for me.
Yeah.
The Japanese is ramen,
Oh.
I'm getting cassoulet wrong.
and then the domestic is grilled cheese, but gourmet grilled cheese.
Right.
Ooh.
Artisanal grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Artisanal. Yeah.
Artisanal organic.
Can
grilled
I
cheese.
roll like okay? So I'm.
You want to roll for what food you eat?
No. Well, partially. I'm trying to eat, and I'm trying to organize my. I'm playing up my vice. I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to organize my thoughts for this lecture that I totally forgot and spaced out on. What are the odds of me running into one of my special students?
Oh, pretty.
Because I have two. I have Bethany and Nate. So
Bethany and Nate.
what are the odds? What can I roll to figure out if I bump into them and they distract me and then I get completely derailed and don't eat and don't do my notes?
Would it be so? I'm guessing you're saying it's a bad thing if they ran into you, or
I'm thinking I'm gonna give into my vice.
Oh.
And spend some time with them instead of doing what I'm supposed to be doing,
That
which
is
is more
a
prudent.
Good
Basil, do you ever
question.
have them intern with you at the same time?
Not yet.
Tell
This
you what.
semester's early.
Make me a willpower roll. Resolve plus composure.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So.
I mean, you probably end up seeing them, but this will be you potentially resisting their charms.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, that gets rid of that one. One.
One. Okay, so
Ones don't cancel out successes.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah, they don't.
So two?
So 2. Okay, great.
Two.
Fantastic. So that's even better.
All right.
You do see them, but you are in sort of such a mindset, like focusing,
Yeah.
that they kind of pick up on that, and they don't even try to, like, you know, sit at your table like they've tried
Usually
to
do.
in the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They're okay. Good. Thank
They're
you.
letting you be.
Okay. Good. All right,
Indeed.
nice. All right. Just checking on that. So I'm munching on my grilled cheese and I'm just scattering notes on like index cards. Like, I don't know. Fuck.
I'm like giving you parts of old lectures of mine that I carry around with me just so that you
Look, this is what a lecture looks like. I mean, honestly.
lecture looks
I mean, I
feel
got,
free to use
yeah.
any of this material so long as you credit me, obviously.
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that we can do like Barb, if we want, we can do like a consistent, like a lecture that consists of all of our all of our strengths.
So you want to do a group presentation?
I mean, I've already outlined my whole 10
with
minute
1 hour's
structure
with
of-
1 hour's notice. You want to do a group presentation?
Yeah, that's what. Hey,
Because she wants you to do all the work. Or rather, Basil wants Barb to do all the work.
Yeah.
That's right. We've seen it before. We're not going to fall for it again.
Indeed.
This is what happened last time.
This is exactly what happened last time. Very.
Are those World of Darkness cards?
They are.
Oh my.
Yeah. So
No, I don't mind at all. But maybe
Yeah,
that's
no,
in
you're
her
right.
mind. She's like, they'll know I need to go out if I jump over on
Great
stage.
job, and just
then
be
they'll
like,
know.
Oh, that could be.
Alright, yeah,
She
'cause
definitely has like a mental index of like there are some
Things
people
that
like
have
I jump on,
happened.
and there are some people I don't jump on.
And there's also like, I can't calm down because my bladder's about to explode.
That too.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
No worries.
No
So,
problem.
so what is Ginger eating?
I have picked up both cassoulet and ramen
Oh man,
because
it's
delicious.
a big meal.
Possess a warrior's appetite.
I do. I'm
Yeah.
very, I am buttressed in my academic pursuits by the
Yeah.
energy I accumulate by eating so much.
Definitely. The Japanese chef behind the stand, he gives you a, not knowing, but a familiar nod. You've probably seen him, or you've probably gotten food from him multiple times in the past. Since, every Monday is ramen, and there's a variety of types that he offers.
Oh, Masa-san, o genki desu ka?
He spatters off something in rapid Japanese that you probably don't. Yeah.
Like,
do you
okay.
do you have Japanese as a language, or you just
No,
you just
she
have
knows
it
enough
there?
to say how you doing
Right.
to her Japanese pal.
Oh. And Barb, how?
Yeah. So run down the list again.
So the German is Sauerbraten, the French is
Okay.
cassoulet,
All right.
the African is jollof rice, Japanese ramen, Italian lasagna, and domestic grilled cheese.
This seems like a logic puzzle.
Yes.
Barb has the Japanese. and
It's like
Ginger
in
comes second.
it's like in Ravenloft, where your tarot card reading determines
Oh yeah.
where Strahd is in the castle. I think I'll go for the ramen as well.
Hmm.
Just the ramen.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
my caffeine addiction keeps my appetite suppressed.
Of course.
What cup are you on at this point? 7?
Probably at least 5. Yeah.
Yeah. But like 20 ounce.
Yes.
Yeah. So 100 ounces
So you're basically Gibbs from NCIS, who's just endlessly drinking coffee.
all the time.
That's my thing that I do. Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to say about TV writers and computers. I think my favorite one was from this 90s show. It might have been Sliders, where someone just rattles off the line, looking at a computer. How many megagigs does it have?
None, because that's not a thing.
It's megagigs,
We
everybody.
rewatched Blade Runner the
Oh,
other
yeah.
day, and I just love that moment that's like, quadrant, whatever, enhance.
Yeah.
Zoom,
Yeah.
zoom, enhance.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how anything electronic works.
Hey man, in the future,
In the future, you can turn photographs to make them show things they never showed before.
Yeah,
Damn right.
rotate. In the future, for the record, is 2 years from now.
Yeah, I know.
according
Yeah.
to Blade Runner.
no, I want to run a cyberpunk campaign in like 2020. I'm planning ahead.
I'm in.
Oh, you don't mean like set in 2020? when
No, I mean literally in
everything
2020.
is- Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think she's okay now, but I can't guarantee that.
All right.
All right. So yeah, you guys have gotten your food.
We're eating, we're prepping.
Barb and Basil, you guys make me wits plus composure.
Yes. It accidentally turned on.
I just thought you could.
Wits plus composure?
It's
Yep.
composure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Hey. 3.
3.
Yep.
2.
3 and 2. Well, those are both way good enough.
Yeah.
Barb, you got the 3.
Mhm.
I guess you would notice this first since you just got ramen. As you step away from the ramen booth, like you walk about maybe like 15 feet toward the table that Basil's sitting at, and you just hear someone behind you be like, "Oh, dude, you got the ramen again? Sick, bro."
Says that to
Derek.
Barb?
No, it says that to the ramen shop.
Oh, I see.
Huh. I'll look back in that direction.
You notice a guy who is wearing a like blazer, but it's sort of like frayed at the shoulders.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
wearing board shorts, sandals, And when he sort of like turns around to face you, he's also wearing a Hawaiian shirt underneath the blazer.
So he's an asshole.
And he's
Yeah.
got he has
Yeah.
a San Kaissa Oracle lanyard around his neck.
So he's a previous intern asshole?
I don't recognize him though.
Oh, you totally recognize.
Oh, okay.
Indeed you do. You recognize the newest hire, or maybe the second newest hire at the Oracle, Kevin Torrance. You guys recall him as one Foosbro, and he is...
Foosbro!
He was recently taken on as an intern towards your sports program.
We have a sports program?
It is very small. He is unpaid.
That's Kenneth.
Kevin.
Oh, Kevin
Torrance.
Kevin Torrance. Okay. God damn it, Kevin.
Is he a student here?
He is a former student at San Kaissa.
What is he eating here?
He's an Oracle lanyard. He works for the Oracle now.
Yeah.
No, I got that.
Does that
but-
give him commissary privileges?
Yeah, well, how did he fucking get it? He's not a lecturer.
Is he a lecturer?
He's not a lecturer.
Okay, that's it.
However, with your awesome wits plus composure, you know that he is basically part of the internship and part of the basic like shitting on the intern is having the unpaid interns cover all of like the local non-professional sports events.
Nice.
So chances are he's here like writing about the upcoming homecoming variety of games.
I got
So
it.
would I know who he is though, right? Since I also work.
Yes, you do, but you don't have the intimate relationship with him that Barbara and Basil do.
I see.
No, yes, the intimate foosbro relationship.
Yeah, the intimate foos broship.
So I don't notice him at all, even I'm like too busy eating, or do I notice him but don't care?
It kind of like registers in the back of your mind, but you never really interacted. You haven't interacted with him in any meaningful way since he's just an intern in a completely separate department from you. Like,
So basically, I look up, see that it's him. I know that it's him because I've seen him around. I noticed him because of his asshole outfit, and then I'm like so turned off that I just go back to eating and I don't care.
basically, I mean, you have 2 meals to get through, so
That's clearly more important.
yeah. In any case, when he gets his bowl from Masa, he turns around and is like, "Barb, what's up?"
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Nikki.
So he just he walks over to you, sort of duck-footed in his sandals, just the bottoms of him slapping obnoxiously on the floor. Man, thought I was gonna see you guys here. It's been ages.
Yeah, I saw that you got hired.
Yeah, they want me to do like all the extreme stuff, man. Like in the summer, they have me like doing like the surf. And then maybe I'm trying to talk him into like a little bit more into the alt sports, so like some of like hacky sack, and then maybe into my true love, foosball.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I hear all this?
Yeah, most people in the
I look so fucking annoyed. It's almost ruining my appetite, but not quite. I'm just like,
So I'll just kind of like be listening, completely stone-faced, but then just sort of turn on a dime and like brighten up and just be like, yeah, I think you should write up a whole proposal about covering foosball for your article.
Oh man, I totally think so too. I'm gonna get on that, but first I gotta do this big football article that they want me to write. It's like
No,
something
listen, I've been
major,
working
but-
for the Oracle for 4 years. I'll give you the inside scoop. If you want to impress the boss, you write that, you prioritize that proposal.
All right.
aren't you the boss?
Why don't you?
Yeah.
Well, who's the owner? Who's
Producer, it's you, isn't it?
the head editor.
The head
The
editor.
chief editor is Archibald Miller.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you want to impress Miller.
Yeah. So why don't you make me a manipulation plus persuasion?
Oh boy, that's my weakness right there.
Yeah. Fucking torpedo his career.
Yep.
I will destroy you.
I will destroy you.
Well, poor Pro.
Oops. Okay. Wow. Great job, Dice Pool. One success.
Oh man, I'm totes gonna
Oh my
get on that,
God.
but I don't know. He seemed pretty serious when he was talking about the this game. I guess it's a big thing. I don't know.
All right.
So
After Saturday though, like
Yeah.
I'm on that foosball thing.
Totes my goats, baby chili flake.
Kevin, go fucking do your job already. I can't stand any more of this conversation. I'm hearing it. I'm just like, send him away, Barb. Send him away.
Hey Kevin, are you gonna check out our lecture in about a half hour?
Oh shit!
You need to be there, man.
Where at?
It's gonna be at the Rich Pitchley Memorial Auditorium.
Oh man!
Rich Pickley.
Rich Pickley, sorry.
Oh man, that's my favorite smoking joint. No one's ever in there.
Well, there's gonna be a lot of people in there, so I'd avoid that.
Oh man.
Kevin.
Jackass Scooby-Doo asshole.
Yeah, what kind of shaggy realness. Alright.
Shaggy in a sports coat.
Yep.
I'll be there.
Alright. You better be there, Kevin. You better be there, Kevin.
Yeah, maybe I'll learn something.
In
Yeah.
my mouth a little bit.
All right, so yeah, he just gives you like little salute. And he's like, "Lates."
Yeah.
Just takes his drum. He's like, if you wanna join me for some condiments.
What?
Gonna be out in the fire escape.
What?
He's putting weed in his fucking soup.
It's a special dried little shaky
Infusion. Yeah. His little salt
Well-
shaker that he carries around with him.
Barb, you've been around him long enough to know that he might mean cannabis oil, or he might just be trying to create like a new euphemism for smoking pot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I seriously doubt he actually knows what condiments means.
Yeah.
Basil,
Yeah.
Even Basil agrees with me on this one.
Yeah.
That kid is a great ass.
So I'm munching on my sandwich and just kind of making a fucking little shit.
Just start drawing.
Well, luckily with your focusing role, even he seems to notice that you're in the zone.
Yeah,
so
leave me
just,
alone,
like,
leave me
he
alone.
starts to give you like a greeting, but then he just drops it and walks
Yeah.
out.
Well, we'll catch up later, Kevin.
Just right on the top of your presentation, that kid
Right.
is an asshole.
Kill Kevin. Alright. So,
All right.
anything else?
No, the rest of your lunch passes uneventfully. I mean, after that, what could really top?
No.
I love that he came back.
Running
That's so
into
good.
Nothing's gonna top Foosbro.
Who's bro?
He was a favorite.
Yeah.
Alright, maybe he'll grow on me. She's just super into. She's PhD, so she's
I know.
all about like working hard and being
Yeah.
focused.
That's
So
right.
kids like that, she just wants to like murder them.
But I
he'll
feel
grow
like
on you
it might
like
be a
cancer.
little. What?
He'll grow on you like a cancer.
Oh,
It's not the puma.
I feel like it might be a little opposites attract there, Ginger.
Mm.
I don't know. You and Kevin.
It's
Hey.
true. What's the opposite of hate again?
Yeah.
Indifference. Basil, if you don't stop fucking with me, I'm gonna give you all the wrong note
Oh,
cards.
wait. Keep writing.
All right. So did you guys decide if you want to do like a group presentation?
Yeah,
or
Barb,
are you guys
come on,
gonna
you're
leave
literally
Basil-
in here.
I'm not doing
leave
it.
Basil to draft.
Damn it! Alright, so I'm not really working on my notes.
All right. Sure. So yeah.
Basil,
like,
you can go last. How about that? And then
Sure, yeah. That's fine.
1:15 comes along, and you guys are presenting at 1:30. So
Alright.
Okay.
You can make your way over to the
Yes.
Rich Pickley Memorial Auditorium.
Take Pickles from
Once again, there's the portrait of him. That's just sort of like a magnified, staff photo from the San Kaissa article.
Where he's got like one shoulder towards the lens and like hand up under his chin.
He's so tan and his eyes are so blue and his
Yeah.
teeth are so white.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Guys, wait a minute. And I open my bag and I have a fake mustache in there that I take out and I just put it on the glass.
Nice.
Yeah.
That works.
But like the shittiest mustache.
Yeah. Although as Basil, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, Rich would look really good with a
I
mustache.
turned the mustache upside down and put it back on.
Oh, maybe not. Love it.
Oh man. However, while all of you guys are walking by, why don't you all make me a wits plus composure?
Yes. The
Or
photo
rather-
talks to us.
No, you really don't have to because you're interacting with the portrait.
Okay.
So
Oh.
Okay.
it's essentially you read in loving memory,
Yeah.
Rich Pickley,
Yeah.
the year that he was born.
Yeah.
And then someone with Sharpie has slashed into the bird, like the covered up lines.
No.
2017.
What?
Oh.
And I'm like, fucking yes, this spot is mine.
Oh, dude, that's not cool.
Scandalous.
That's not cool. Barb, do you know anything? Is Rich sick? Did he die? Did he die yesterday?
I'm sure it is a prank by one of these dick pickles that lives at the school.
No, he just liked one of my Hastygram posts.
All right. Well, which one was it? What was the post?
He posted it like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's everything he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a picture of my ramen.
Oh, okay. And he liked it instantly.
he liked it.
Oh.
We should just come up with a whole line of like Snackle Snaps, Tasty Gram, Taste Face.
Yeah.
Taste face.
I'm sure he not only did he he probably posted a comment that was just an emoji.
Yeah.
It was a picture of shit. It was a little poo emoji.
It's like a cupcake, a heart, and then a poo. He probably doesn't understand
what I mean.
emoji.
Or just something really random, like 5 Cuban flags in a row.
He just couldn't find the Japanese flag.
Yeah, I legitimately thought that was a Japanese flag.
My mistake. All right. So we see 2017 on
Can
that.
I investigate the portrait closer to see if there's any other
Defacement?
notable,
Sure.
besides my mustache?
Yeah, wits plus investigation.
Hello, someone put a mustache on this.
I didn't said it was me. My God, I'm a brilliant deductionist. 2 successes.
2 successes. There is no other. There's no other defacement other than the mustache and the Sharpie.
Okay.
I mean, I would assume it's a prank.
Yeah, but that's pretty. That's on the scheme of pranks. It's a little ominous for my taste.
Yeah, I wish I thought of it first.
We all laugh it off.
Oh man.
All right.
Indeed.
So, shall we go in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Inside, you guys see that Lorene Serrano is waiting for you guys.
All right.
She takes you onto the stage. There are some chairs set up for you guys to sit at. There's a microphone in the center. And you guys noticed when you came in, there were a few school buses that were pulling in.
Oh God, this is the high school
What? These are high
students?
schools?
I'm gonna have to clean this up.
She did tell us this morning.
Did she?
Yes.
Oh my God.
This is like one of those bad dreams. Oh no, you're like actually not wearing pants.
I'll go first. It will be fine. You two just do whatever you have to do.
I don't know what I should do.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, you guys. Not only do you notice that there's the chairs up there, there's the microphone. At a couple of the exits, you also notice that there's a few members of campus security.
Okay. All right.
Just sort of standing around chatting with each other.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, a few minutes later, you guys are sitting up there.
Yeah.
Miss Serrano is introducing you.
Oh my God.
She's being very verbose about your contributions not only to the university itself as alumni, but also to San Kaissa at large, working for the esteemed SK Oracle. Didn't used to be so esteemed, but it is now.
Yeah. Now the money's involved.
Right.
However, as you guys are sitting there, and sort of probably letting this just wash over you. You guys can make me wits plus composure rolls.
Yes.
It really is not my strong suit, and yet I keep rolling successes.
Oh man, how many?
I got 1.
1. Sounds good.
1 also.
Wow.
3 plus.
Yes.
So 4.
4.
Oh, that's great.
So 1,
1.
1, and 4. All right. So Basil and Bard, you guys are still a little nervous about your upcoming speeches, so you're still sort of revising in your heads. So you sort of, you notice that in addition to the kids and the teachers, there also seems to be another woman who doesn't really seem to be part of the rest of the with the school, and she's sort of sitting close but not obviously with the high school students that are there. With 4 successes, Ginger, you notice that she is dressed, somewhat conservatively. She's wearing a professionally tailored suit jacket, suit pants. However, instead of a dress shirt, she's wearing a gray T-shirt that reads, "Yeah, I CrossFit. I cross my fingers and hope my ass fits into my jeans."
So all I notice about her is that she is an otherwise well-dressed person wearing a trashy shirt.
Aside from that obvious thing, you also notice that she's kind of reclining in her chair that she's sitting in, but at the same time she also seems sort of not really tense, but kind of in full control of herself. Like, you know, either as a measure of like wealth or like martial training, just someone who like knows that they're supposed to present themselves well, but is apparently eccentric or wealthy enough that they can wear whatever the fuck they want.
I notice anything else?
Pretty cool t-shirt.
Which is obviously out of place. I tailor my. So am I talking yet?
You are being introduced now. You are first up. Dr. Ginger O'Flannery is your introduction that goes up.
So, when I started my career as an investigative journalist, of course, my focus, as some of you might know, was in occult studies. And then I immediately just launched into stuff about occult studies, nothing having to do with journalism at all. But I slightly tailor my talk towards the powers of influence and presence and projection. As some of you may know, the Fae are well reputed for being those who can glamour a certain persona that they want others to see. And so I like get into and I like lock eyes with this woman while I'm not because I think she's Fae, but just the idea and concept of creating a certain image that you intentionally are projecting out to those around you. And I persuade with my public speaking skills. I try to persuade these kids that they should like really think about the overlap between these theories and these ideas that come out of the occult world and how they would then like take those kinds of themes and utilize them in their own lives, and then try to also give them some little nudge of like, and by the way, you should totally get into occult studies.
So why don't you make me a presence plus persuade roll?
Okay.
Direct, you know, impetus to these students.
Okay. Sorry, I was like, where's present? I rolled a bunch of ones.
Whoa.
And a 2.
3 ones and a 2.
Wow.
Wow.
If this was overall darkness, that would have been
That would have been
a
disastrous.
bad fumble.
Yeah, wow.
Your lectern would have exploded.
I pee my pants.
Yeah, exactly. Am I peeing? I'm peeing.
You're peeing and you find that you're actually not wearing pants anymore.
Your pants are.
But in
your
fact, the
pants fell
lectern
down.
is tipped over so everyone can see.
So yeah, like
This does not.
It's way too over their heads.
it's
right?
not only is it like really over certain students' heads, others are just sort of like looking at you like you're insane, and like the teachers are just
Whoa.
like you can sort of see that the teachers are mentally composing notes about how to rewrite what you just said into like some sort of like, you know, view what she said in terms of like occult and like, you know, the various occult beings is like incorporating, you know, minorities into you know, being inclusive and not, you know, just look at things from different perspectives.
What I'm wondering is was this a Christian academy?
I'm
I'm here to talk to you about Satan. What?
This was a public high school.
Okay.
Do I see this happening at all? Like, see these teachers being kind of like disdainful about what I'm talking about?
You see this happening as you are going back to sit down and as
So not
Miss
time to
Serrano-
end with, by the way, as a closing remark, I'm a PhD in this field, so there is you know, some ground to be gained by taking stock in all of this.
No, with that role, you have absolutely no option to do that. However, Miss Serrano does come back up and reintroduce you as that was Dr. Ginger O'Flannery, PhD.
That's nice.
She sort of seems a little bit tremulous about the whole PhD aspect now, like wondering exactly how you got past.
Yes.
But you still have the status, so she recognizes that because when you have a PhD, you get recognized.
Yes.
I
Next
have
up,
a PhD from Trump University. Goddammit.
From this university, as a matter of fact.
Oh yes, that's right.
oh my. So next up is the second alumnus, Barbara Oldroyd.
Yes.
Oh, man.
As I step up to the podium with a scattering of applause.
Yes.
Well, you know, you're introduced as senior producer, San Kaissa Oracle.
Which they probably care a lot more about being young people.
Yep.
Hey, are there any like major pieces that you would be known for? Like any?
Well, since I'm a producer, I'm mostly behind the scenes. So.
Yeah, but did you produce a particular special that maybe the kids like the demographic really watched?
crack in our schools. Is it there?
Oh, man. Is it
Well,
there?
actually, you were probably one of the people that was most following the Adrian Scoresby stuff.
Yeah.
Sure,
So,
sure.
yeah. You probably,
I produced Basil's serial style podcast series.
That's right.
On the Adrian Scoresby case.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're still investigating.
Yes.
Mm.
And I'm here today to talk to you all about the importance of research and investigation when it comes to journalism. So that's going to be my topic.
Sounds good. Are you just spitting out facts, or are you actually trying to like reach some young minds?
I am. This is one I actually put some work into.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you make me a let's see, another presence plus. Are you trying to persuade, or are you just expressing like your?
I think I'm going through it. You know, it's almost a practical lecture.
Okay, so you're not going for anyone specific. You're just sort of shooting out what you got. So do presence plus expression.
Okay. Great. I have none of that. So,
That's
however,
why you're behind the scenes.
with my striking looks, I can add 2 dice back in.
Indeed, you can.
Ah.
Wait, who do I add things to? Can I have a book with it?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Do you have striking looks?
No, I don't.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Oh.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes is still good after, and also with what you were just following.
Oh man.
Going
yeah.
back on topic with journalism and
I guess
actually
you
like
should got an extra dice for that.
giving some actual practical advice about the field of journalism and sort of your journey, I guess. You seem to touch some young minds, and you notice even yourself like coming up, like the teachers were sort of like looking at you askance now after what just happened, and they seem to sort of have relaxed a little bit into themselves, which might not be the best thing.
Yeah.
Because I think Barb's usual sartorial expression is very, very laid back.
Yeah.
Like jeans and Converse and, like maybe just a light sweater or something, like just very
Casual.
I mean, typical producer.
Yeah, the kids can relate to that.
Old army jacket,
Yeah.
so.
You're approachable.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You're not in a 3-piece suit.
Right.
You're something that these people at least visually can achieve, and so that creates a connection.
Exactly.
All right, so there's actually some applause after you stop talking and sit down.
Scattered applause.
Yeah.
I know.
And last up we have Basil Carruthers,
Watch him come in and knock it out of the park.
resident podcaster of the San Kaissa Oracle for these past 6 years.
Yeah, at least. So I have 2 dots in fame. So do the kids know? Like the kids, do they know me? They listen to my podcast.
There is absolutely a few, at least I'd say 30% who have at least heard parts of your podcast,
Okay.
especially with some of the relevant things that you've done with Scoresby Trial, various other
So they're murmuring
Yeah.
is like, oh, there it is. Oh my god.
They can finally put a face to the voice.
Which is so
And how
much.
disappointing
striking
that
looks.
is.
I have striking looks.
That's right. So you'll if
Okay.
you're rolling anything, you'll get that bonus.
Okay, yeah. So
Also take an extra die for your fame.
thank you. So, and I'm gonna do persuasion. Expression plus presence.
Sounds good.
All right. So as I'm talking, I'm like, all right, kids, listen up. All the stuff Ginger said is very important and relevant. All of the stuff Barb said, very important, very relevant. But what do you do with that information once you have it in your grasp? You have to share it with everyone, and that's why communications is so important in conveying the information that you garner as you go through your investigation. So you may be
Right now, Lorraine's like, yes. Sell the major.
So you want to do
Sell the shit out of it.
yeah. So in order to accomplish those goals, I mean, you can do this kind of stuff on your own. I know. I know a lot of you you're super savvy, way more savvy than me. But I think that if you just listen to, just absorbing all the media you can, and then figuring out ways of being able to express it in a creative way that's engaging, that's where it's at. That's where we can get the most information out to people. So I just talk about that kind of stuff.
Sounds good.
All right. 1, 2, 2.
2. Two's still good.
All right.
Yeah, there's obviously you have a fan base in this aspect because these people they know what to expect from you, like this passion that you bring to the microphone. And as soon as you really get into stride, you've got rapt attention. You have some of those female and even a couple of the male teachers are sort of they're joining the fan club.
Yeah.
And yeah, at the end of your speech, a goodly number stand up immediately, start applauding. The rest of them, sort of shamed into doing so, also do that. And you look behind you and you notice that even before you finished, Serrano was also standing up and trying to get everyone to come up and start.
Okay.
She's your hype man.
Yeah, so I'm just nodding, thank you. And I give them my various, remember to listen to the Oracle podcast. Make sure to follow me on various media things.
Chitter
Chitter and Hastygram and Friendface.
Friendface, yeah.
Just follow me. I will add you, and you will get hooked into all the interesting information that Ginger and Barb help me to collect and convey to you.
Ginger.
Yes.
You note, seeing as you're the most attached from this, seeing as you spoke first. The only person not standing up is
and just sort of staring off in the middle distance, what went wrong? I don't know.
Everything I said was super important. And
It was.
And
Yet again.
spot on.
Yet again, you're being ignored.
So while you're in these doldrums, you look back at that woman who's wearing the making fun of CrossFit T-shirt, and she is the only one not standing or applauding right now. She's actually casually just sort of sitting back, possibly even more in her chair, and now she's smoking.
Wow.
Smoking
That's
in the Rich
non-smoking.
Pitchley Memorial Auditorium?
Yeah.
He would not stand for this.
So since I'm grumpy about how my speech went, and since everyone else is paying attention to applauding and paying attention to what's going on the stage, I'm just gonna be to her, since she's obviously she can see me.
Yeah.
She actually gives you sort of a little salute with a cigarette.
Ooh.
I give her a raised eyebrow.
In any case, as everything starts to wind down, the students all get up and proceed out. When you look again after all the hustle and bustle, the woman is gone.
No, I wanted to indicate to her that she should meet me outside. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink.
No.
Roll your nonverbal communications.
I have nonverbal communication, I think.
Do you have expression?
I do.
Oh.
Awesome.
Can I try to express to her that she should have met me outside, or is she already...
She's already gone.
Fuck!
Damn it.
Oh, fuck that bitch. Did you guys see that bitch in
So I
the
walked.
stupid t-shirt?
So you start saying that. No, but I thought that went really well. What do you all think?
Fuck this whole auditorium is what
Oh my
I
God.
think.
All right.
You know why?
Why?
You know why it went poorly? Because it's
Why?
named after Dick Pickles. That's why the fucking went poorly.
So I can't help but laugh at
Ain't
that.
that guy?
You have to laugh a little bit too.
Yeah. That's good.
That's pretty good. So, Lorraine. It's Lorraine or Loreen?
Loreen.
Lorraine.
Loreen.
Laurine.
Laurine.
Loreen.
One more O and she'd have every vowel in
She
there.
would.
Stick it out.
Loreen. So, how'd you think it went?
I was, obviously, because I gave you guys so little time to prep, I was obviously a little concerned that, there wouldn't be a strong, clear, and concise message. But you guys, as, as alumni and as professionals, you pulled through wonderfully, and I very much look forward to the admissions that'll happen next
Is she
fall.
doing what you're doing? Is she refusing to look at me while she says all of this?
I really like how you guys clearly structured it from the weakest speaker to the best.
And it tied everything in, just...
Right. Well,
So-
happy to do it,
so
Loreen. Yeah, happy to help.
And again, I apologize for the suddenness of it. I promise I will give you more advance notice in the future.
Lorraine, I grant you that it seemed a little out there, but this is a growing field of study that's important. I want to try to persuade her that my talk was actually fun.
Yeah.
All right, give me a presence plus persuade again.
Love it.
Ha!
Wow.
2 successes.
Nice.
So I managed to at least persuade her that it was okay.
Yeah, she agrees. It was probably just too young of a crowd to really understand what you were really getting at.
That's probably true. I'll have to remember next time that this crowd is not necessarily the same crowd as my advanced occult studies class.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you basically had no adolescence.
Right.
Like, you weren't really a teenager.
Right.
You know what
Thanks, Barb, for reminding me of old charged memories. God. You're right. I've been in the
come on.
college setting since I was 15, so sometimes, Lorene, I find it difficult to relate to today's young people.
Which is becoming more and more common as the younger people themselves are starting to, mature faster and faster.
Yeah. Well, it's true. I think Basil would know a lot about getting a good in with the students who mature faster and faster.
Hey man, the kids are all right. That's all I gotta say. The kids are all right.
I'm not actually trying to get
Well
Basil in
said, Mr.
trouble. I just
Carruthers,
like
well
this back
said.
and forth that we have where we
Yep.
like sting each other all
Yeah.
the time.
Hey man, it's fine. You just have to get to what they're doing, Ginger. You have to really delve into figuring out what do they like, what are they interested in, and then it's totally easy. It's like a
Basil,
little
why
code.
don't you regale Lorene with how you delve into what your students like?
Well,
and
I'm glad you
why?
bring that up. I'm glad you bring that up, Ginger, because I'm about to head over to my podcast where I have 2 interns who are helping me create the outline for my upcoming series. So thanks for reminding me about that. I gotta go.
Something upcoming, certainly.
So, then I'll turn to Lorene and Ginger and be like, at least it didn't get onto the whole thing about how fluoride is accelerating youthful development.
Is that a thing?
In Basil's world, it is.
Oh, God,
yes.
let's give them all fluoride. Fuck, they need some development.
Develop their brains.
Alright, so now that fucking Basil took off and we're done with this, I'm gonna go outside and see if that woman's out there. Anywhere.
No sign of her.
Damn her. Well, Barb, since Basil has gone to his podcast, should we head over to the library as we previously spoke about?
Oh, Lord almighty.
You gotta do it sometime, Barb.
It's like a Band-Aid.
I don't.
Yeah.
For the record, I don't say this out loud, but I don't even remember what we were going to look up. I just really think that we need to go
Oh, the
there
snow,
quickly.
Snow-related stuff.
thing.
So yeah, after an extremely extended pause, fine.
Fine. Great. Well, let's head over to the library then. And then I really have to get off campus for the day because I can only take so much of these kids in a given moment.
All right, yeah. You guys make it to the library. Barb, are you trying to avoid a certain someone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why don't you make me...
Screw you, you're fucked roll.
Why don't you make
Yeah,
me a
yeah.
wits plus stealth roll?
Sweet, I actually have a dot in stealth.
You do?
I do.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, spend another willpower point.
Sounds good.
One success.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
That's
yeah.
a lot of ones.
As you go in, you see no sign of Thomas Booth.
I'm visibly relaxed.
Alright, so whom in the library should we speak with?
Oh, the assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was talking to Barb.
Yeah.
Well, as a former librarian,
yeah.
who next to who would be directly under the head librarian?
Well, we can
There's actually, well, I know because I worked in a college library. Did you?
go ahead and just know it all.
No, but there's a little section where you do have like the librarians are on duty. It depends. It's totally random.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. And whoever's who's ever at the desk will be able to research more in depth
Oh,
questions
that's
for research. So.
So as both alums, we both are, and as one being a PhD, I think we probably receive considerable clout when we walk up to the research attendant and introduce ourselves and then say we need some research on any instances reported or rumored of snow on campus in the last
I'm wondering who's on the desk.
5 decades.
I'm wondering about that desk schedule and if Tom is on that schedule and what are the odds of him
I'm wondering.
being on the desk.
You taking a glance at the?
Yeah, I'll see if I can spot it.
It seems like he's supposed to be on right now,
Oh, fuck.
but
You know what? I can do my own. I can do my own research.
Ginger does not look happy.
That's fine. I'll go deal with the desk attendant by myself.
Excellent.
So I walk up to the. Where are you going to be while I go talk to the desk attendant?
I'll just be over here at the bank of computers.
In the reference? Oh, the reference section.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for the spank bankers. There are some that seem to
There
loiter
are many.
in the library.
Oh, yeah.
So good luck with that. I'm gonna go over to the desk.
Oh, I mean, this is a campus library.
It happens all the time.
I have some stories that will turn your hair white.
That's
so.
fair. That is fair.
Oh my god, like all the time. Like we had security guard at all the schools I went to for the library literally for that reason, because the homeless people would come in and just porn jacket all over. And then they'd have to like out of order the computer because they'd be everywhere.
Yeah.
What I meant to say was this
Didn't you deal
campus.
with poo too?
And I dealt
Yeah,
with,
poo running.
yes.
This campus is a couple of miles outside of town, and thus the homeless quotient isn't a factor.
Okay.
Sometimes it's students though.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's,
It could be a
there's
combo.
potentially students, but
Yes.
less
but it's
so.
kind of.
Roll to see how many are spank banking.
Well,
All right,
seeing as it's the middle of the day, hopefully very few.
3.
There's 3 of them.
There's 3.
At any given time. All right. So,
So,
So I'm gonna go to the desk.
okay.
Who's on the desk?
2 bright-looking girls.
Oh, hello, ladies. Do you know who I am?
Oh my god.
wow.
You just
Curious.
Yeah, no, I mean, do you
yes.
fame?
No, I don't.
Oh,
But I'm an alumni at the school. I don't. Not anywhere else, but here they might actually know.
Yes, Miss O'Flannery, right?
It is Miss O'Flannery. What's your name?
It's
Oh,
Dr.
it's my name
I'm
is.
just gonna look. I know.
Let's see.
Is her name also Ginger?
Is her name Bethany?
No, her name is Bridget.
Jessica?
Bridget, it's a delight to meet you. I have a small research request. Can I trouble you for a few minutes?
Oh, well, sure.
Great. So, I need to know of any reported incidents, rumors in the school paper, any kind of mentionings at all, however fact or fictitious they might seem, of snow reported on campus. I know it's an odd request, but that's what I need.
Sure.
Find me some shit.
Okay. So, is there some place that I can reach you when I find it?
I'll be sitting at that carrel over there working on my next treatise.
Okay.
Great. And I, knowing the occult section intimately, walk by the occult section and grab like 4 books that I know I need, and I just sit down with them. In a place where I can see the computers and the research desk. Some table that's within line of sight of both of those.
Nice.
All right. And what are you up to, Barb?
Just punching in stuff for information to the same effect.
Sounds good.
Database, anything in the, library has access to databases that wouldn't be available on a public Google search. So,
Oh, of course, yeah. The JSTOR stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, can I also have asked her to check if she thinks of any, since I have allies in the academic circle, if she thinks of anyone in the faculty who might have insight into that kind of thing, if she would either reach them for me or get me their contact info or whatever.
Oh, sure.
Tombu.
Shut up. Here we go. Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You don't come up with anything incredibly solid in terms of like articles on JSTOR or anything like that. What you do come up with are a few, I guess you would call them like a few academic papers that reference a couple of term papers, or not term papers, but like PhD theses or master's theses that have something to do with unusual microclimates in like universities, and essentially they're like microclimates in southern mid California universities, which
Wow.
Okay.
potentially point to this. But when you try to search for those, term papers or for those theses, they don't show up on JSTOR.
Huh.
But you know where they might show up? In the library of the university.
Yeah.
Because they publish like
They'll be in
Sure.
on like the
Yeah, of
4th
course.
floor or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I checked the catalog. Do we have hard copies here in the library?
There actually aren't any hard copies of those in the library.
What?
However, because you got 2 successes, this may not be actual like procedure for universities, but you know that they don't publish rejected theses.
Oh.
So what I'm finding are like the thesis proposals, evidence of thesis, and an intention to write
Or
the thesis,
may-
but I'm not really finding the thesis itself.
Exactly.
So they may have not been concluded.
Or maybe they publish them as an article. And so they publish them as an article. If the university rejected the thesis,
Yeah.
then they're like, fuck this, I'm publishing it anyways, an article with whatever backing they have. I don't know.
The internet, where you can publish anything.
Right. Yeah, it's up on.
Someone's blog.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's
It's on
blog.
like a GeoCities webpage. Those never get taken down.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Interesting.
on Lulu.com.
Oh my god. Alright.
All right.
That's weird.
Yeah, so you might actually have to go like manually through the stacks to find these potentially. Or
All right.
all right, and yeah, the research assistant comes back to you with similar information. Like I found references, but nothing in our digital like library, nothing on JSTOR. You could look through, published term papers or offered theses.
Where would I find those?
She directs you to the old library.
I shall totally go searching. Barb, do you want to come with me?
Yes, I
Great.
do.
2 is better than 1.
Okay.
I text Basil since we're in the modern age and tell him what we're doing. So join us when done.
Sounds good.
Smile emoji, cupcake emoji, Cuban flag emoji.
Cuban flag
And Basil,
emoji.
what's your podcast about today?
Well, I'm in the process of, currently doing a series just on Area 51. And so I'm doing that, I'm kind of wrapping it up, and then I'm trying to think of what would be a new series. So, talk with my students about it and ask them about the weather stuff. If were they on campus, did they know anything about it?
You get similar responses from them, though sort of like, I guess the best, like people remembering like their dreams as the day progresses further and further, the details get hazier and hazier. So you get like this consistent theme of, yes, there was like snow on the ground last night, but the details start evaporating essentially.
Yeah, melting away like the snow.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I was also thinking I have my like conspiracy theory contacts. That would be my other group of contacts. So it's just my dark web group.
Like the lone gunman from X-Files.
Exactly. I just have those peeps, and so I have some of those local folks. So I wanted to just put the word out that I'm looking for information on snowfall at Cal State, San Kaissa, and what they might know about it.
Sure. Give me a social, so presence for your online presence, and investigation,
Okay.
and then add a die for your contacts.
Okay.
Or is it computer?
Oh yeah, sorry, computer. Thank you.
Okay. I have 3 in computer.
Awesome. So yeah.
Okay, so 2 more.
Do you have a specialization in computer?
Yes. Well, podcasts.
Oh, okay, so it
Like-
wouldn't be for that.
Oh shit.
You wouldn't get that specialization.
All right.
So yeah,
Okay.
presence, computer, and then 1 extra die for your contacts.
Okay. 1.
1. Okay. Yeah, because this is a pretty esoteric search, even for the dark web.
Yeah.
You get a response back. It'll take a couple of days
Okay.
to gather the information.
All right. So
for
put that
you.
out there, and I get Ginger's text. So then I'm gonna head back to the campus.
Sure. The old library is in a separate building from the new library. It's a much smaller building, much more cramped spaces, and significantly more, I guess, less salient texts. This is where you'll find like the occult books that you found in like the main library were very generic. This is where you actually find like some of the harder shit, like hand-bound, like printed out from the internet, from possibly the dark web, and stapled together. And of course,
one parentheses numeral 1 Necronomicon,
Do not open.
an original printing of
Yeah.
Tobin's Spirit Guide.
and of course, rejected theses that have not yet been destroyed.
There's just like a label on a shelf.
Yeah.
It's not a shelf. It's a file drawer that like you guys, because you're alumni and because you have some status as visiting professors, you can actually get into the back rooms and access.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Barb, you take the top drawer. I'll take the bottom one.
Mm-hmm. Sounds
All right.
good.
So this will be
Search,
wits
search.
plus investigation.
Okay.
Is there someone who is overseeing the old library?
There's like a doddering
Shut
old
up.
librarian
Stop it. Do you have to decide to use a willpower
before. Actually,
or can you then say, oh shit, I
That's-
got no successes, I want to spend
that's
willpower?
actually a good question. I believe you have to use it when you
Yeah.
decide to roll. You can't use it
Alright, well,
after.
the stakes are higher because I got 0 successes.
I thought you
So.
had a 9 in there.
No, it was a 6.
Shit.
W willpower. I think 94 to 96.
And does willpower regen at the end of the session or only when you...
Only when you role play according to your vices and virtues. Yeah, so you have to spend it before to get the +3 modifier on a roll during a turn.
Do it. Do it. Do
You have
it.
6.
Do it.
You could spend 1 and you'll still have more than what Barb has left.
Yeah.
just check the box.
Yeah, exactly.
We might end up in a situation where it's like, a werewolf's gonna fucking gut you. I will spend it now to increase my...
Werewolves. Werewolves.
I think, as we all know from previous horror games, nothing bad happens in the first game.
That's
So
right.
out of all of that, I got 1 success.
Well, see, aren't you glad you spent that?
No, because that might have been one of the 5
You
times.
should have rolled them. You should have rolled them separately.
I guess
Yep.
so.
So we also regain 1 point of willpower each night of full
Every
sleep.
night.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's good enough.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So yeah, you get the 1 success. So yeah, you do find in your drawer there is the thesis entitled "Microclimates in Southern California Universities," and it's like this.
So specific.
It's this
It's about
jargon.
right though. It's about right.
Yeah, it's this jargon about how like it hardly makes any sense. It's trying to combine like the concept of global warming with like combined psychic resonance in order to create like intense variations in the atmosphere.
Does this strike a nerve with any of my...
The only thing what strikes you is that it specifically references like the snowfall in San Kaissa.
But no occult studies triggers...
No occult.
Does he cite, he, whoever the author is, cite any reference points or...
There are no reference points. This person is positing that they are the first person to recognize this correlation between like the fluctuation in the Earth's atmosphere and how having a group of young, post-adolescent minds coming together in one focused location creates like some sort of vortex to alter the climate.
So they don't, like,
Huh.
no even mention of any psychological studies or, like,
Actually,
social studies or...
make me an intelligence plus occult anthropological roll.
I got a 9.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
Some of the verbiage in the actual article about it makes you wonder if like the references of what they're talking about when they're talking about like the collective psychic power of the student body, like maybe the person is using that as an allegory for something else.
Huh.
I'm gonna steal the thesis paper
Okay.
and take it with us. Well, they're gonna get shredded anyway.
No, I know,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Exactly. It was like,
I'm not
okay.
really taking anything
Cool.
meaningful.
No.
Okay.
And yes, the author of the thesis paper is a she.
Is it top secret?
No, her
Oh my God.
her name is Claudia Evelyn Bird.
AKA CrossFit shirt.
Maybe.
Probably. Sounds like the same kind of crazy shit as
Yeah.
your stupid shirt.
All right, so I'm walking on campus. I'm back on campus, waving to various students. Yeah, hey, what's up?
Oh my
You,
god.
And
You catch them coming out of
Okay.
the old library as they're.
so
as
what'd
they're
you find
stepping
out?
That the world is full of bullshit thesis. No.
Oh man, I already told you that.
We didn't find much, unfortunately. We found one thesis paper, so specific in its title, Microclimates in Southern Universities. It was mostly postulation. It seems like it might be a gambit of like esoteric allegory because there's a lot of it that doesn't quite make sense.
Can we make some copies of that so I can take it home
Yeah,
and
I
read it?
think we should all separately do some research
Okay.
into what it represented of
Sure.
since it's gobbledygook otherwise.
All right.
To the photocopier.
Yes.
In the teacher's lounge.
Well,
Yeah.
that's there's indeed a photocopier in the teacher's lounge. Luckily, that's you guys have access to that because the only other one is in the main library.
Bam, 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 bam.
Boy, that's a shame.
Barbara, you sure you don't want to?
No, I'm good, thanks.
All right.
All right.
Why are you always pushing everybody's buttons, Basil?
That's what I do. That's how I get answers.
It is what he does.
Sounds good. So yeah, you guys head to the teacher's lounge. You make some copies. Just one for each of you.
Yeah.
Or
I'll
one
take
for
one.
We'll make one
Or-
extra one just in case.
not like a couple extra ones for
Certain people who
the vacant meta seats
Oh.
that are.
Yeah, let's make some copies.
We make enough copies for everyone, but I also make an extra 2 copies, and I will hide one in my secret desk drawer at work, and I will hide one in my wall safe at home.
Sounds good.
I've been studying the occult a long time. Dead
Yeah.
Father, Unsolved Mystery. I'm a little
you've had some
A little.
break-ins.
Yeah.
Basil, as you're making your way around campus again, you're going through like the actual teacher's lounge and like various Ginger just went to her like office that she's temping at essentially.
Yeah.
So you're passing by other professors' offices. Make me another wits plus composure roll.
Okay.
Aha. Oh.
1, 2.
Okay. This was what was on like sort of the tip of your tongue,
Yeah.
the edge of your mind
Just
when you were
thinking.
talking to your students. You notice, and you recall it seemed strange when you first saw it, but then you just sort of,
Yeah.
it sort of left your mind suddenly, but now it sort of comes back.
Okay.
A goodly portion of the tenured professors, you notice that like when their doors are open, they seem to have like parkas and snow boots in like
What?
their offices, which
Huh.
it struck you as odd the first time you saw it, but it just kind of like slipped away as
Yeah,
some sort
maybe
of,
they go skiing. I don't know.
yeah, like it's not that far from Mammoth Mountain,
Right,
so-
exactly. So,
but
but
With
a
this
lot of them
new-
do. It's like this.
yeah, with this new talk that like you've had with your students, this new revelation, this sort of strikes you a little more
Yeah.
immediately. I
Right.
guess.
All right, can I pop into one of the professors, like that I just see? I'm just gonna stop,
Oh, sure.
and I'm just gonna like, excuse me.
Hmm.
I can't help but notice that a lot of folks on this floor have these like snow jackets and boots and things.
Mm.
What's going on with that? It seems a little early for ski season.
They sort of they look at it and they almost seem to notice it for like the first time, but not really. Like there's this
Okay.
again.
the fuck?
You sort of get this like vague recognition,
Yeah.
and so they just say, well, you bring them out for the ski season. Sometimes for teachers' in days, we go up to the mountains.
Yeah,
So-
but it's gonna be a while. Like,
Most of the time we have better things to think about than, putting away old clothes. And sometimes it gets a little colder at night, so, parkas aren't too bad.
wow. Okay. Well, good to know. I'm new on campus, so I'm just learning about all the different things here.
Bullshit that goes on.
Yes.
Thanks for your time.
Oh, of course. Welcome to campus.
Yes.
Welcome to your grave.
All right. So I'm gonna just like go to my, I guess, office space and just kind of clear. I'm gonna check the online portal and just see what answers the students have sent me so far about
Such
the night
a
briefing.
dutiful teacher.
I know.
I am. I'm prudent. So
True.
So as evidenced by some of the students leaving your class at the end of the movie,
Yeah.
like some of the first responses, you know, are about like, you know, this is all about like, this is where Occupy Wall Street got their idea from, and, like the haves versus the have-nots, and how like you know the upper echelons, the 1%,
Yeah.
try to portray the working class as subhuman.
okay, all
And
right.
you know, then there's, you know, some other talks about like, you know, physical deformity shouldn't, you know, separate the castes from each other, and then there's like some people respond to those with like at the same time, you know, like you know, mental disability also at the same time, like, you know, that's a discussion that should be had more prominently, because like mental disability can often portray a person as, you
Like
know, sort of-
stigma.
as
and,
stigma,
like,
and because
yeah.
you're born with it, that's also kind of like a mutation.
Yeah.
So
What about? I'm curious what their thoughts about Dr. Decker. So I'm just like, oh wow, these kids are amazing. They're so smart. Like I love this. I'm getting all these like different
Restoring my
ideas.
faith in humanity.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm liking it. So I'm just kind of pouring through those things.
I mean, you also get like the people who are like, yeah, the apocalypse is coming, and you
Oh
gotta,
my God.
you gotta prep,
Yeah.
because
yeah.
when those people come after you, you know, they're not human.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
they're below.
I mean, I
thought
don't
process.
disagree, but Jesus.
So yes, this is cool. So I'm gonna just be doing that and just checking my social media stuff.
Sounds good.
Yeah, in my office.
All right. What are the rest of you guys doing for the rest of the night?
I think my interns are probably like the late band, like maybe about 10 p.m. So I probably got like a routine for this day where I, you know, just head back to my apartment, chill out a bit, you know, cook up some Chef Boyardee or whatever.
Cool.
Barb, are you thinking wistfully about Tom and
No.
what might have been?
No.
Did you hear that defensiveness? No!
I know.
Never!
Might have been some regrets there.
So sharp, that dismissal.
Yeah. Cue
thinks
the
the
extended
lady-
montage
Lady
memory.
Di protest too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
I mean, instead of you want to go get a cup of coffee or a drink, all that awaits me at home is the impending delving into my father's cold kitty, writing my next treaty. So rather than do that, since I have to go do that eventually, and since she's investigative, I think what's the closest coffee shop to the university where like students probably congregate to hang out and chat and shit,
The university coffee shop.
but not campus.
there's like a
not on campus. Well, you know, there's a what was it called in the Dawn of the Dead remake? Hallowed Grounds.
Yeah.
There is a Hallowed Grounds in town.
Hollowed or hallowed?
Hallowed Grounds. Yeah, there's basically like a main thoroughfare that leads from the university into town, and like right on the edge, like next to the freeway that goes up north to Monterey. and
But
down.
not off the freeway. I mean, just.
Yeah, no, it's off one of the main.
All right, so I'm gonna get on the little scooter with the
Hallowed
scarf
Grounds.
billowing behind me and my helmet. I'm gonna go over to the coffee shop and get a mocha and see, and just hang out just to see if I can pick up any like gossip or chit chat or anything related to sort of what's been going on.
Not a cappuccino. They make a real shit cappuccino here.
Then I don't want the real shit cappuccino. I want a mocha. It's like a weird cool day, and on a weird cool day, you need a
Yeah,
mocha.
it's true.
Homey chocolate.
I'm
That's
gonna
fair.
text Ginger and be like, "Where are you right now?"
I'm at Hallowed Grounds.
Okay, so I'm gonna head over there.
Sounds good.
And
I realized 5 minutes after you texted me that probably that means you're coming, and I just text you back. I didn't ask for any company, Basil.
so I don't, whatever.
No, this is our thing.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
love
it's
each other.
fine.
This
Yeah.
is how we joke.
Yeah,
joke.
yeah, exactly.
That's the sense I get, right? We have a really good relationship, but we just endlessly are like.
Yeah, it's like I didn't ask for this. Okay, so I headed, and I've been here before.
Oh, of
I've been here
course.
before. I know the barista. I just get my regular.
You know the
yeah,
barista?
maybe. And
Jesus, Basil, have you notched up someone everywhere we go?
hey man, I can't help it. Just stuff comes my way. What can I do?
He's a sexual tyrannosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So he crushes them to death with
Tiny
his
little
jaws.
All right. So What are you? Are there students there that I recognize that I can talk with?
There are a few that you've seen, like either in the commissary or around on campus. They're obviously, if they're having coffee here, that means they're not dorming there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basil, I was trying to be incognito.
Well, you're a teacher. It's obvious.
No,
Mine's-
it's not.
They love it when we talk to them.
Do you have a mustache?
Yes.
You do have a mustache?
Yes.
Yeah, he really does.
Well, I immediately reach into my bag and pull out another fake mustache and put it on your eyebrow. Since you already have a mustache, I'm like, pick up chicks now.
Sure. Watch me. So I'm gonna head over to a table of students.
Oh my
I
god.
actually don't even notice because your eyebrows are already so
They're
thick.
already,
Yeah.
So like there, it just enhances the density.
It just
So.
It makes you look even more primal.
Right. So I walk up. I'm like, good evening, fine students. We
Good evening, fine students.
Yes.
A well-known pickup line.
yes, I'm a total dork.
I know.
Okay.
And it works.
And it works.
And it works, yeah.
I am curious. My colleague and I over there are having a discussion about some of the weather here in San Kaissa, and we would love to hear what you've observed about this.
It's nice. It gets a little cold at night sometimes, but
Have you noticed any snow?
snow?
Mm-hmm.
make them look at him like he's crazy.
They do crinkle their noses and.
But I'm very charming and I have striking looks. I mean,
they
that's
look
true.
puzzled for a moment, and they're just like, well, I'm like real.
Where are you going with this?
Real
Yeah.
snow?
Yeah, so there's some students here that have reported seeing real snow here. And it snowed. And I'm just wondering if you'd seen anything.
How crazy do we sound just going up to all these students?
I know.
Yeah.
Students have reported snow. What
Yeah.
do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Hey, man.
What?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
All right. Well, do you know if you know any friends? Just here's my phone number. Just text me.
Oh,
What?
Basil. What? Basil.
What?
Ask him.
Across the coffee shop.
Yeah.
I have no
What?
time.
Yeah.
Ask them
No
if they
chill.
know Claudia, Evelyn, Bird.
Bird?
Bird. I'm doing this on purpose.
Yeah,
This way
yeah.
if someone in the
Right,
coffee
someone
shop
might hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Not like totally stupid.
Have you heard of this woman? She started Claudia Evelyn Bird. Have you heard of her?
Student. She was a
She's
student.
She was a student.
We would know when,
So
right?
When was her? Yeah, when was
Yeah,
her
the thesis would have a
published
year on
or
it.
not?
This was dated about, I would say, a year and a half ago.
Oh, yeah, Claudia.
Mm.
I mean,
So she would have either been a senior or junior then and might still be at the school.
Yeah.
So she either was just a student. I'm not like sort of whisper yelling at all of you. She may have been a student recently or may still be a student.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, just wondering. Have you heard
Was
of
this
her?
an undergrad thesis or a master's thesis?
This was an undergrad
Okay,
thesis.
sorry.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard of her either?
Can't say.
Have you searched for her on Instagram or FriendFace?
You're asking me or them?
All right, I'm gonna start doing this. Okay, so thanks, guys. Here's my phone number. If you need anything, just give me a text.
Okay.
So I wink at one of them. So I head back to the table. And
I don't
start
know
searching.
anything about. Yeah, you asked me that.
That's
And
the
I'm like,
immediate impression I got of Basil.
How do you do, fellow kids? Yep, that's right. Hey, they love me. Don't be like that. So I'm gonna go on Instagram, FriendFace, Chitter. I'm gonna just search her name. I'm gonna just be searching for her, like any accounts online.
Let's see. You're not finding any Hastagram.
Hastygram.
Hastygram, no
Uh-huh.
chitter.
No.
You do find a FriendFace account, but it's love it.
Yeah.
It's been canceled, but it's been canceled because the person who it's for is deceased.
What?
Oh.
So then I start looking into obits. So then I start searching her name under obits. And I was
Basil, the fuck is going on?
she's dead.
They don't cancel FriendFace accounts when someone's dead.
She's dead. No, yes they do.
No, they don't. They
So-
just leave them up all day long, and people write "B," I miss you, me, or
So
all
we
day
look at
long.
it and it has all that stuff on
Yeah,
it. No,
it's,
she's
it's
dead.
basically the obituary page.
When did she die?
So
There's like a few messages of condolences, like some family and stuff. It was actually the messages started showing up on the wall about, let's say, 3 years ago.
okay.
3 years
So 2014. Is it October?
Wait. I'm sorry.
2014.
The master's thesis was submitted a year and a half ago, and she died 3 years ago?
2.5 years ago.
Dude, Ginger. This is crazy. This is
Actually-
great. I'm getting so excited.
Now, so somebody published a thesis under a dead person's name?
Duh.
Obviously.
Well, why her name?
I don't know, but we have to figure it
I'm
out.
trying to anagram her name, by the way, so far I got nothing.
So you're doing that while I'm doing my searches and
That's
stuff.
literally what I'm doing.
So the obituary. When did she die? What's the date of her death?
The date of her death is
Is it October something?
no.
Okay.
It is July 19th,
Okay.
and then 2 years before this, so that'd be 2015.
2015. Okay,
Yeah.
July.
So a little less than
19.
2.5 years ago.
Okay. And then the thesis was published or not published, or the date it was submitted was
7 and 19
ago.
is 26, and 2015 is 26. It's the number 26.
Hey,
Where's
man.
Topsy-Crats? That's
Keep-
exactly what this is.
And then numerologically, 26 adds up to 8,
Yeah.
i.e. infinity.
All right, so we're gonna text. We're gonna text.
I immediately text off this
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Barb, and it's just this garbled, like, 26 and 26 and 8, and that's infinity, and you're like, what the fuck?
26 plus 26 is 52. Number of cards in a deck. Oh!
Somebody get a tarot deck.
The Joker is wild. The Joker is wild.
So last year was a leap year.
Right.
So,
The thesis
yeah, that
was
sounds like fun. February 29th
okay.
Was what?
2/29/16.
was the thesis. Yeah.
Thesis
Or 15.
submission date.
15 or
Thesis
16,
submission.
16,
Okay.
16, that's right. Okay, so that's when it was submitted. Okay, well,
Okay, so we need to do two things immediately. We need to pull her academic records from the school.
yeah.
And I'm going to do a search right now on my little netbook for, you know, just Claudia. I mean, there has to be something about her from before she died. What is her Facebook before the death shit started?
Friend face.
Red face.
What-
Friend
what
face.
the fuck? Friend Facebook.
Well, she was
Photo
very
faces.
active in the chess club.
Oh, chess club. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And
Oh my god, wait, can I retcon something real quick?
What?
I totally would have taken a picture of the in memory of what's his face.
Oh yeah,
With
for
someone
sure.
written in the death date and sent it to him and be like, looks like someone's got your number, Rich.
He's just gonna assume you wrote it.
yeah,
I did not. These guys can vouch for me.
that's true.
Sorry, so she
But
was
Cam,
two.
you guys came to school separately.
Come on.
No.
I put a mustache on it. I wouldn't waste this.
Yeah, no,
In fact, he'll
True.
see the
It's not.
mustache and be like, "What's?"
Yeah.
I did the mustache, Rich. That was
Right.
all me.
Yeah, exactly.
That was all me.
As Rich knows, the criminal always returns to the scene of the crime.
Rich can suck my dick. I didn't do any of the crime or anything.
We can suck your Rich.
Suck your rich.
Rich, go suck your own Rich.
All right, so
So she did chess club.
she did chess club.
Yeah.
All right.
There was just some interactions with other students that were there at the time.
Which students? What groups did she hang out with?
Well,
Pictures of her and whom? Do I recognize anybody as someone who's now at the school?
you do not recognize anyone that's currently at the school. You get you get some posts of condolence, since that's really all that's left in the obituary friend face page, from one Samuel Murph, M-E-R-F.
Murph. Murph.
M-U or M-E?
M-E-R-F. One from Dwight Hughes.
Not Blue Hughes.
And one from Brandy, B-R-A-N-D-I, Bennett, B-E-N-N-E-T-T.
Is she a stripper?
Ready back.
No, she's a stoner. Her friend face profile picture is a cannabis leaf.
Okay.
Gosh,
Cool.
she is.
I know.
Oh God, let's get Kevin to research these people.
Totally. Kevin probably knows
Yeah, foosbro.
Foosbro.
I'm gonna text
Barb,
Kevin.
I'm gonna put you on having Foosbro research these people.
No, let's just text him and have him come over right now. I'm texting him right now.
No,
Kevin,
you have to
come
see him.
Come to Hallowed Grounds right now.
All I wanted was a fucking cup of coffee.
He's like, you get like a text about like 5 minutes later. He's like, yeah, I just got out of the surf, man. I'll be over in then
He's on his way,
I had to put a
Ginger.
fucking shirt on.
in a smidge.
Oh, dude. No.
How old is he?
He's probably like 20 something, right?
Yeah, he's about 22 probably.
Yeah.
He better not develop as a love interest. I will shoot myself.
Oh, he will.
Of you?
Yes.
Dude, he's super hot. Foos Pros, he's cute.
Super not.
All right.
He is pretty cute. You know the stoner from Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yeah.
That's him.
Oh
He's
man.
the worst. He's everything I abhor about youth culture.
Oh, you guys have had your meet cute already and
I
everything.
know. It's destiny.
It's faded now.
He's
Pull out
everything
the
I
flask.
abhor about youth
I pull out a
culture.
flask of brandy, go get another cup of coffee, and just pour some of it in. I'm like, I need something stronger for this shit.
Okay.
I want to look around the coffee shop and see if anyone is in the coffee shop, such as I hate CrossFit woman.
There is no CrossFit lady in the coffee shop.
Is there anyone else who looks suspicious or whatever?
No.
Is there anyone wearing a shirt that says, I'm into fitness, this slice of pizza into my mouth?
No.
No?
I like it.
I like it too, that's really good. Doobie-doobie-doop, since we are teachers with portals, blah blah, can we access academic records of students from here?
No.
Alright, we'll make that a tomorrow thing, unless someone wants to run back to campus, but I don't know. Okay.
It's been a long day.
We're waiting for
So Kevin.
Yeah, he shows up. He's wearing a t-shirt, but like the bottom half is basically like the half rolled down wetsuit. So like the pants are just like the nylon, but the wetsuit, the neoprene,
Nice.
Yep.
and like
At least have shoes on.
he's wearing sandals.
Yeah, of course.
He's dripping, of course, onto the floor.
So he's literally
God.
right come out of the surf. I love
I
it.
immediately grab like 15 paper towels and throw them at him and go, at least dry yourself off, you're dripping on the floor.
He just sort of like drops him on the floor and just starts.
I grab a paper towel and I put it on his head and I'm like, here, dry this. I set it down.
This is adorable, bro. I
Oh,
wish Barb was
man.
here.
Wow.
Barb is here.
No, I'm back at my
I
apartment.
thought you were on your way.
Oh, was I texted?
We were texting. We were just sharing stuff
You were just
with
texting me, yeah.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you were like, hey, I gotta go hang out with those nut jobs.
Well, I do have my.
We texted you 26 equals infinity. How could you not
Oh, yeah,
respond to
that's right.
that?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, and I was texting back about the deck of
Decks
cards.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I will be swinging by since I have to go to the campus anyway
Sounds good.
Why?
for my evening internship.
That's at 10?
Oh, good.
Really
You
late.
can look up academic
Yeah.
records.
AV students are.
Yep.
True.
Yeah,
That's where it goes.
That's
Night
true.
owls.
All right, so we asked the Kevin. Kevin, we
Kevin.
We need you to like check some students out for us and give us do some like investigative journalism on a few students for us. Does that sound okay?
Yeah. We'll just get some calf.
Okay.
My God, some calf and some zuh.
While he gets his fucking calf, I'm gonna write down the names on a piece of paper.
What does Kevin like to drink?
It's a. He actually likes to drink the Florentine.
Uh-huh.
It's half coffee, half hot cocoa,
He probably gets hazelnut syrup in it, doesn't he?
and caramel.
Got a bit of the munch going
With
on.
whip or no whip? No whip? Whip.
With extra whip.
Yeah.
Extra whip.
I love it.
Traditionally put whipped cream on a Florentine, damn you, Kevin!
Extra whip.
He has so much to learn.
Yeah.
Think about how much you could teach him, Ginger.
So why don't you teach
So
him?
basically, like, in order to get the extra whip, he actually pops off the top and just holds it out for extra. Like when he drinks, he gets the mustache.
Yeah, love him.
I would put a fake mustache on you, but you already got one.
So what you guys wanna talk about?
Like we're doing some more investigation.
Are you stoned right now? We just told you. We want you to take this list of names
Yeah.
and go find out shit about these people.
Right.
Shit, sorry, I just didn't have my.
Calf.
Didn't have my-
Right, cat. Right, Kev.
Yeah.
God, okay, Kevin, I'm sorry. Look, all right, here's these 3 names. We want you to go figure out.
Oh, Brandy. Yeah, she was cool.
Was
You know her?
Yeah, she transferred.
to where?
Ah, shit.
Monterey.
No. Shit. What was it? It's like
Drink some more coffee.
Yeah, he.
Come on,
he
drink
takes-
some more
It was
coffee.
like there's some like Midwest college like Gottheim. You.
Gotham.
No,
Gotham University.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Come on, she didn't go see Batman. It's.
Antioch, Westlake,
It's-
Ohio State,
No, it was like some German word. It was like Gottheim,
Gutenberg.
I don't know. In any case, she transferred there. It's like it's
What? A German university?
it's like Oberlin and the fucking
Right.
Yeah, but it's called God Hunt. I don't know.
Okay.
But
Okay.
she
So Brandy,
West.
when did she transfer?
Ah, God. Shit. It was like a year after she was here, but like after her like second semester.
Which was?
Was it after July 19th, 2015?
Ah, shit.
Sloth? When was it?
It was like in 2014, I think.
Oh,
Like it was before fall semester 2014, I think.
that's weird.
Like I don't know. She just didn't like.
Yeah, whatever. It's within
Okay.
her right.
Here's what we need you to look up.
Yeah.
Okay? These three people, how they knew someone named Claudia Evelyn Bird. Okay? What classes they took.
Okay.
Okay? What clubs they were in. Yes?
Classes, clubs.
Yep. And
Come
any
on, Kevin.
association they might have had with Claudia. The 3 C's. This should be super easy for you. Rhymes with cannabis, okay?
It rhymes with calf.
Cannabis cap, alright? Classes, clubs, Claudia.
Well, I mean, I know.
Your average
I know,
GPA,
I
3
know Brandy
C's.
used to buy from me on occasion. Bought
What?
from her a couple of times too.
Who? What?
Brandy. Yeah, no,
Brandy.
okay, I got that
She
she's a
sold to me,
pothead.
I sold to
Yeah,
her.
don't worry,
Okay.
we
All right,
got
fine.
that. I need to know what classes they took, what clubs they were in. You're gonna go do some research, Kevin. Real research. This is like a real job assignment, okay? It'll be better than the football thing. It's like super important. Archibald really wants you to do it, okay? So just what classes they took, what clubs they were in, and how they knew Claudia Evelyn Bird.
Yeah.
Can't fuck it up.
What were the names again?
I'm gonna text it
They're
to him.
written
I'm gonna
down
text it
on
to
the
him.
piece of paper I have just handed to you.
Yeah, what names did you write down?
God damn it.
I'm gonna text it all to him, and I'm gonna put a little.
Samuel Murph,
Mm-hmm.
Dwight Hughes, and Brandy.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Kev,
You think you can do that?
you got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some Del Taco.
And if you
Yes! Yes!
listen,
Get some
if
fries
you
for
do
me.
a really good job,
Oh,
I
bet you
will
worked for
teach
Rito.
you
Shut
the
up.
secret recipe for cannabis caffeination,
Oh.
as was invented by the occult gurus of the clan of Satusta in 1790.
Holy shit, man. Kev, that's pretty cool. It's better than Del Taco.
I don't know, it was soft tacos.
You want to eat more Del Taco after you have this wonderful recipe that Ginger will
It'll
give
be the
you.
best high you've ever had in your life. You'll fucking see Hendrix and shit, okay? Awesome.
Don't have to sell me anymore.
All right.
Awesome.
Gonna get to work, I guess.
Oh my god.
Thank
Dude,
God.
a true journalist never sleeps, Kev. Come on, you know this.
Oh man, I gotta smoke some more pot then.
I Scooby snacked it. No, do the job first.
Yes,
And then you
and
can
then
have
you
your
can-
Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta stay awake somehow.
That's what the calf is for, sweetie.
Yes, that's what you're drinking, your high octane.
Huh. Honey, you don't know my physiology.
Oh my god.
I feel no remorse at all for totally making up that line about the secret recipe. I totally made it up.
Alright, so Kevin, do you leave?
Yeah,
He's gone.
He heads out, obviously,
Still.
leaving another trail of seawater behind him.
Yes.
Where is his mother? How did this happen?
He's an adult.
I know. How did
He's
this
an-
happen?
well,
That he's an adult.
You
That acts
shouldn't
like
always
this?
blame the parents, man. These kids have their own decisions. They have their own autonomous lives.
It's always the parents.
Oh, okay. So,
Having entered the cafe, I'll be taking a seat in the
Oh.
middle of this conversation. He arose spontaneously out of the sea foam. I thought you knew that.
Barb, I think you might be right.
All right. So,
For a sea creature, he does very well. I should study him for my next paper.
should, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's a sea creature. That's what it is.
Is that what you're calling your courtship now? Research?
That's what you call your research. Amy.
All right. So we filled Barb in on everything we've learned so far. And so what do you think of this?
I think it's mighty suspicious.
Now, to be fair, this Brandy girl transferred before Claudia died. So
Yeah.
that might just be a coincidence anyway.
Yeah.
But I find it really odd that someone would have published a paper under a dead girl's name.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she got killed doing the research and someone else wanted to continue it, but they published it under her. But Her thesis professors would have, thesis professors would have known that this was a dead student.
Well, okay, on the obit, does it show any sort of cause of death or, like...
Just that she died on campus.
She died on campus? Okay, and...
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Died on campus. So I think we need to go back to the library and find some articles about this situation, because I'm sure it was in the newspaper, like the school newspaper. And
We should also look up her academic record
Yes.
and see what classes she was taking and
Yes.
what she was doing in them.
Yeah, so let's head over.
What kind of hours do they have?
At what the
Library.
Yeah, it wouldn't really be the library. It'd be the administration building for getting information to students.
No, but we need to find out news articles for...
All right, you can go do that. I'll go to the admin building,
All right.
Which is probably closed.
Yeah.
Okay, damn it.
I have an internship to supervise.
All right.
Well, why don't we say that for tomorrow you're going to
Yeah.
look up the
I
academic
will.
records?
Okay.
I will.
So let's look at some articles, some school. Unless you want to... Are you going to pass out soon, or how you doing?
Kevin just gets under my skin
I
so
know.
much.
Pretty exciting.
Basil, I will throttle you. Yes, let's go do some investigative work in this stinking library.
Okay, so we're going to look up some articles like the school newspaper.
I never say no to an investigation.
That's what I like about you, Ginger. So,
Plucky.
we're going to head to the...
Grumpy plucky.
Sounds good.
So check out school newspaper and the regular local newspaper, like the Oracle. I mean, I'm surprised we don't remember this story. I mean, I think any student dying on campus would be a very surprising...
It's true.
Well, we
story.
weren't on campus then, to be
But
fair.
we weren't, but it was a town, it happened in the town, and the Oracle would have covered it.
Well,
So...
maybe they covered it up.
Archibald. I'm going to text him right now. So I'm going to text Archibald to be like, dude,
The evening.
what the hell? Did you cover this story? So I give him the details and see if he responds.
And does he?
He does. He says that they never know him. What story?
This girl died on campus in July of 2015. We didn't cover it?
July of 2015. We were still doing scores being 2015. We probably just got, just shunted under.
It's just local news, though.
Yeah, it's not as sexy as a right-wing congressman killing his wife and kids.
Well, that's true.
He doesn't think that dead students are
I
sexy.
know, that's pretty sexy. Never talk about what's sexy, Archibald.
I mean, he does
please.
think that, but it has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to keep up with what the rest of the news cycle's doing, otherwise you
Dark.
get buried.
All right. I don't need a lecture on journalism. Good night. So, apparently we didn't cover that.
Maybe he needs a lecture on that.
Well, yeah, probably. So we're looking at the school newspaper, like July.
Indeed, you're going through digital copies.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you do find a section in the. Let's see. She passed away in July 19th. So yeah, there's a late July edition of the San Kaissa school newspaper that there's a article. 3 students die in mill fire.
Oh, shit.
The mill fire?
Mill?
What mill? What mill?
So the text of the article reads that there was an abandoned mill on the technically on campus grounds,
Huh.
as the campus was sort of a converted other facility.
Okay.
Could have been an agricultural school previously.
Yeah,
Sort of, yeah.
exactly.
And yeah, apparently 3 students were.
What are their names?
The 3 students were Claudia Evelyn Bird, Jimmy Edwards, and Morgan Christus.
This screams a cult to me. 3 students dying in an abandoned building. We need
Yeah.
to see if any of them were taking any kind of occult studies classes.
Well, were they offering occult studies classes?
There were no occult studies classes back then. However, there is a mention.
I got a PhD from this
Sorry.
university in occult studies. And they
Sorry.
didn't have any classes.
I misspoke.
Yeah.
They were not attending the occult
They
studies
didn't go to those classes. Okay.
So wait, Claudia, Jeremy Edwards, and Morgan what?
Morgan Christus. There's no mention of occult studies in the article, is what I meant to say.
Okay.
see.
All right.
However, what is mentioned is that the mill, or rather the textile mill that burned down that they were in, had been featured in a quote-unquote B movie called Into the Darkness.
I'm just saying, guys, I'm occulty.
No, I'm not. I think you're right.
It had been noted that it was that location had been sort of a meeting spot for just sort of not delinquent students, but kind of inquisitive or just sort of adventurous students, I guess you might say. Just
Did the building survive or did it burn down?
the building burned down. Yeah.
So there's nothing left there.
No.
Would there be... So usually there's like a list in the records of what professors were assigned to thesis presentations. So can we look up in the library who the professor was who was assigned to her? To
It
that
was the reader.
thesis?
Yeah.
Well, because the thesis was rejected, there's no reference of it in the actual library. So you would have to possibly go back through those files that you're in the old library and see what the corresponding note card says.
Okay.
We didn't check.
I mean, I thought that what would be on the thesis itself would be the readers.
Oh yeah, does it have a professor listed?
Yeah.
It does not, no.
That's weird. That's weird too.
Well, because if we could find the professor, we could be like,
I know.
who the fuck submitted this to you? Since obviously it
Yeah.
wasn't the dead girl,
Right.
unless she's not really dead.
Yeah.
Maybe she faked her own death. Let's do a face find or whatever for those other two students.
Okay, so yeah, so we'll do friend face. We'll look under Jimmy and
Face
Logan.
Find is an app for
Yeah.
Friend Face where you can look
Face
up
Find.
people on Friend Face.
Face.
You guys get similar findings with Claudia. Obituary
okay.
pages, messages of condolence.
Is Brandy? Do Samuel, Dwight, and Brandy pay their
Show up
condolences to
on
these
the-
other two?
Brandy shows her condolence for Morgan.
Okay.
Dwight does not on either.
Okay.
And Samuel.
Samuel Murph shows his for Jimmy Edwards.
Okay.
So some of these kids all knew each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to look closer. So Barb, I think, do you want to head over to where Barb is and just see how she's doing, or?
Yeah, I mean, can I do an investigation roll to see if there's anything showing up that I, Sage Morse Green, am missing, but that my character might actually notice as an investigative?
How about the both of you make me investigation plus computer use rolls?
Okay.
Because the book said something about that, like you can ask the storyteller if you notice anything.
So I have 3 in computer, but with the podcast specialty, so I just use 1. Do I just use 1 dice? Like I have
How many
computer.
dots do you have in computer?
3.
So you would use all 3 dots.
Okay.
If you were podcasting, you would add an extra dot.
Add an extra dice. 1.
Shit. I got none.
Just 1.
Just 1. In the digital version of the newspaper, you notice that there's something a little off about the alignment of the article, the obituary. It's sort of like, kind of like tilted, maybe like as little as like 3 degrees off
Oh,
from the
weird.
rest of
To the
the.
microfilm!
Yeah, let's print that. I'm gonna print a
Sure.
copy
No,
of
I
that.
wanna go to the
and then let's go
microfilm
to
of
the actual
Sure.
newspaper. But I just want to print it just to read it over and over
Sure.
and just see if there's anything else. Okay.
Always print multiple copies, Basil.
Yes,
you know
I
this.
will. I got it. Tilted purple. Okay, so microfiche. Let's go back.
Microfiche.
All right.
So wits plus investigation, I guess.
Okay.
Again. And now
Nope.
2 tens.
I got none. Ooh, sweet.
Double fisted.
I did. It didn't help. I got 6 total.
3 successes. So yeah, you find the spot, July, what did I say, 2014?
Yeah.
15.
It is
2015.
15.
All right, so yeah, July 2015, there's the mid-July paper, and it skips to the early August paper.
Ooh.
Just
So the
missing the
newspapers
original.
aren't here.
The
That's what
original
we're saying.
is missing.
Yeah.
I want to call in a favor from an academic ally
Okay.
Sure.
to try to get the either like if maybe they collect. If maybe there's one of them who like is a historic type and he collects newspapers and files them, sort of Sherlock Holmesian, or someone who,
Yeah.
because they're in the
Uh-huh.
academic community, would know Claudia, or would know of the fire, or would know
Yeah.
any of this circle of friends who probably were all in the same department together.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
I should start training up my firearms.
What? Barb, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just supervising the.
How many dots do you have now?
broadcast.
Two, make it
Two.
genius. We're just under considerable favor.
Okay. Yeah, you probably have a contact with probably someone in records. They said we'll look into figuring out, where the missing might have been, and if there are any backup copies.
Okay. And into the students in general.
Into the students in general. Yeah, sure.
Do we know, so on their face friend pages, it probably would have indicated what they were studying, because it does that on face friend.
Yes.
So what were they all studying?
Let's see, Claudia Evelyn Bird. Can't actually click on what she was studying right now, but it was something. Jimmy Edwards was studying mechanical engineering, and Morgan Christus was a comparative religion major.
And Sean and Dwight and Brandy?
Sean, you mean Samuel?
Yes, I do mean Samuel.
Samuel was in construction management. Let's see, Brandy was a, liberal arts?
Mhm.
Yeah.
She was.
And Dwight was poli-sci.
What's the connection? God damn it. Do any of us have teacher contacts in any of those departments?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Not even
But we could ask
our
Lorene.
time here as alumni?
You guys weren't really in those majors.
But we could ask Lorene if she has contacts in them,
Yeah.
and then see what she says.
Okay.
All right. Well, I gotta go. So
You gotta go.
I got a text. I gotta go. I'll
Basil,
see you all tomorrow.
Old for booty calls. Come on.
No, I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Bye.
Bye. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
So I'm just alone in the library because you've left and he's at his internship or wherever he is.
Yeah.
She is.
I think that's probably even an appropriate time to cut off. That's what I was saying.
Alright,
Yeah.
So I will go home for the evening to my sad stacks of daddy death books.
Daddy Death books.
Lovely.
So you've discovered a mystery.
Yes, we have. Love it. Thank you.
mystery
It's awesome.
I realized that Friend Face and Chitter are from the IT crowd.
Oh, are they?
Oh.
Hastygram is from
Hasty
Degrassi.
Grams from Degrassi. Okay.
Oh yes, and last bit of business. Well, actually, second to last bit of business
Yes.
because you guys got XP.
Yes.
Yay!
How does XP work in updated new?
It is completely different, so I would suggest you just stick with the.
Stick with classic.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Experience and advancement.
Yes.
Well, from what I understand, is you guys start off by getting 1 experience for showing up for the whole session.
Woo!
So 216,
Where do we
217.
put that?
So at the very bottom of your character sheet, I think, underneath.
Oh, wow.
Under where
Okay.
it's flaws and all your
Yes,
speed
thank
and
you.
everything.
Yeah.
The one for showing up.
1 for showing up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 120. Yeah, it did say 126, 127. Right? Oh, 216, 217. I was way off. All right. 216, 217. Okay, so yes, at the end of every game session, you award between 1 and 5 points to each character.
Oh.
I see. So 1 point automatic, everyone gets 1 for showing up.
Yay!
1 point learning curve. Ask the player what his character learned during the chapter's events. That sort of reminds me of what you
Yeah.
guys did with your vampires. So that's
Indeed.
fun.
It is
so,
fun.
Barbara, what did Barbara learn during this chapter's events?
Barb learned that I'm not very observant. No. Let's see. Barb learned that
She still has feelings for Tom.
she still has feelings for Tom. Yes, it's true.
Basil won't
She
quit.
still has feelings for Tom. That's what Barb learned. Yep.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm just trying to keep it to one thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing per person. Yeah.
What have I learned?
What was the salient thing that you
Yeah, what was the
learned?
biggest thing
I've
about
learned.
learning?
I think I've learned that. Yeah. I mean, it's validated my views on the universe. That there is always something under the surface that is worth exploring. In any setting that I'm ever in, there's always something to investigate. So.
And what did Ginger learn?
Oh, a lot of things. People aren't ready for my occult speeches. No,
The dead students can write PCs.
I'm drawn to Kevin. No,
I'm trying to Kevin.
no, I think probably. Probably like some kind of conundrum about the fact that this alma mater of mine, which she actually holds a lot of great respect for, is both not as up to par on occult stuff as she'd wished it was, but has more nefarious shit going on than she wished there was. Like, mysteries are awesome, but she's already had too many, like, shitty paranormal things happen close to home, and when she was here, everything seemed pretty on the up and up.
Yeah.
So now that it's like murder mysteries abound, she's like, no, the world is crumbling. What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
hard.
Fuck.
That is harsh.
Yeah.
I think that's what she learned.
That's good.
Sounds good.
It's
That's
rough
good.
all over.
That's
So yes,
top.
indeed, one more point for that. So
Yeah.
you guys haven't marked it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And then third experience point for good role playing. I
You
would
did a
have to
good
say that
job.
all of you achieved
Yay.
fantastically for that. So
Excellent.
those are your 3 experience points. No one regretfully did any heroic rising to the occasion.
Not
No, we
yet,
didn't.
not yet.
No.
Well, I mean,
No.
I think the mustache on Rich's.
No truly heroic acts or feats of survival or
All right.
sheer persistence.
Hey, I heroically and persistently tried to get Kevin to clean up.
That's right,
Stop
that was
ripping
true.
Yeah, you
the
persisted in the
carpet.
face of Kevin's idiocy.
Yeah.
More paper towels, more.
Cool.
And
Yay,
What's the
3.
fifth
so I've got
one for usually?
5 XP.
That you do.
Why'd you get 5
Oh.
XP?
I had 2 left
Carries
over.
From,
Oh.
I guess I've used all mine.
You spent all yours.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
all right, so
Cool.
let me remind you guys what you can do with your XP.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Quick.
yes.
Since I'm the only one with the book that shows that. Spending experience points. It takes time to start learning new things. Wait, where's just the numbers? Come on. All right, learning a new merit requires either trick. What the shit?
Oh my
It doesn't have numbers. They're just like, so this is how you do that. Oh wait, no. Page
How do you
25.
feel about raising
Yeah.
your dots? That's
I
what they ask.
feel banana.
I feel like if you have
I
the
feel
experience
banana.
points, then you should be able to raise your fucking dots.
Yeah.
You
So-
got dots? Add to your dots. Done.
Page 35. All right, there we go. Experience point cost. So a new attribute costs new dots times 5. So if
Yeah.
you're going from 1 to 2, 2 times 5 is 10.
What?
If you want to get a new skill, that is new dots times 3.
love the outrage. I love the outrage.
That's a lot.
If you want to get a skill special, 3 points.
Okay.
If you want to get a merit, it costs however many dots the merit is times 2.
That all sounds right.
And if you want to restore morality, your new morality is times 3.
Yep. Alright then. Good times.
So a new skill would just be 3 points then.
No, a new
A
specialty.
new skill would just be 3 points, and a skill specialty is also just 3 points.
So and then to raise a skill, it's times 3.
Yep.
So like my academics at 4, so to make it 5, I need 12 points.
I thought that was
No, you would
attributes.
need, to raise to 5, you would need 15 points.
Oh, it's times 5.
That's skills and attributes?
Well, you're raising from 4 to 5, right?
Yeah.
5 times 3 is 15.
Oh, it's your
Oh,
target
the
number.
new,
The new
the
number.
new.
Yeah.
I
And that's for
gotcha.
attributes and skills?
Well, attributes is new dots times 5. Skills is new dots times 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That is a
Alright.
lot of dots. Are you
Thank
kidding?
you. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, chronicles are supposed to go on for an extended period of time.
Yeah,
That's
but
right.
that's a lot
And at the end of the story, you also get
dots.
extra merits. And if you guys are ever in danger, if you're very heroic in the face of that danger, you'll get 4 experience points in that session instead of just 3.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll have
Sorry,
opportunities.
sweetie. It's not through the breach anymore, where you get like an advancement every session.
I just wish that I had known, because I may have reassigned dots in a different way if I knew it was going to cost me nothing at the beginning, but 12 if later on.
Well, you'll get there in 3 sessions.
Yeah.
You know, 3 or 4 sessions.
And this will go on for 3 or 4 sessions.
Yeah.
Possibly
Nice.
more, since I only got about halfway through what I was expecting to run this session.
Yeah. I mean, this one, it can
At
keep
half,
going.
at,
as long as it
you know, a
needs.
little bit more than half a
Some
table.
of us literally,
Yeah.
some of us metaphorically dick around during the game.
You know
so-
what?
Hey, you know what's going to
It's
happen?
flavor country.
It's
It's a big country.
You know what's going to happen when Renee and Des are at the
Or
Jade are at the
Jade,
table
yeah.
with us?
All the dicking.
Renee is going to write, pieces
Yes,
for
she
Rich
will.
to read off, and
Yeah.
those are like 5 minutes each, and those are beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, wait, one thing I did forget to do. What I did last time during our San Kaissa game was VIP.
Oh, yes.
So
yeah.
everyone gets to vote on a VIP, and that person will get 1 extra experience point.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I want to vote for Kevin. He did a good job. What?
Foosbro.
Foosbro is like.
Foosbro is himself, it's true.
I know. VIP. Who's a VIP?
Yo, VIP.
I don't know.
Can't get-
Basil seemed pretty on his shit.
Yeah, I'll toss it to Basil as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Yay!
Basil,
Nice.
take an extra XP.
Woohoo!
It could have gone either between Basil or Ginger. Though.
Yeah, Ginger was up there too.
Ginger was grumpy today. That was
No,
a
it's good
plan,
though.
but
I like it.
Ginger is giving me a lot of
Snarky.
Sigourney Weaver in the '80s realness in
Yeah.
her personality.
Nice.
I like it. I like it.
Writing that down.
It's good.
That's
David,
awesome.
for next time, may I have your Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sure, I'll jot it down for you.
Sounds good.
Great
Cool.
job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for showing up.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
a lot of fun.
Absolutely love it.
I'm excited to see what
Yeah.
in my head I kept being like Poltergeist, and then I was like, I feel like that's just because I've been playing Prey, and I don't think that has anything to do with anything.
Yeah, I'm totally in the dark.
Yeah,
I
me
have
too.
no
Just
idea.
like,
We've got mystery snowstorms. We've got dead people submitting PCs about mystery snowstorms.
It's vampires. She's vampires.
It's vampires. It's
No,
vampires.
no, no. But seriously, that's how it all
She's
comes
embraced.
together. New sexy style for what's her butt.
Well,
Don't worry.
there's that too. Yeah.
Vampires can create weather patterns, although I've never heard of them creating like localized snowstorms.
That
But
no
they
one
do
remembers,
sometimes
yeah.
create like localized cloud and rain because
Yeah.
then they can go
Yeah,
outside.
yeah, yeah.
They can make people forget on a mass level.
True. Very much so. Yeah.
love it.
And the fucking, I mean, if it is her publishing and it's not some kid publishing under someone else's name, because why would anybody do that?
Right.
Then she's dead and she's a vampire and she just really still wants to populate this species.
Well, then there's all this weird German stuff going on too.
Yeah,
German,
that I'm really confused
German cuisine
by.
in the commissary, a
And
German university
Yeah,
that girl
name
went to.
transfer. So
To be fair, that university might not be German. It might be that Kevin is a moron and doesn't remember the name
Yes,
and knows
that's
it's German
true.
sounding.
That's
So
true.
that's
Well,
a 50-50.
That's
yeah,
true,
but
that's true.
yeah.
Guys, not to get meta into what are obviously fantastic perceptions about the game that I may or may not incorporate. Just remember, I am also incorporating things that our Patreon backers have
Yes.
thrown towards me.
I had that
What?
in my mind. I had that in my mind. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I forgot about that.
I was wondering the whole session like which of these names